Now that's fire.
Yeah. From the bottom to the top. Alright. I see what it is. But we grooving. We know, yeah. Ever since I started winning, they been looking at me different. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. Now I walk up in the building, got these bitches in their feelings. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. If you talking about the money, well, let's get it. Middle finger if you ain't been fucking with it. Ever since I started winning, they been looking at me different. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. All these trials and tribulations, not for nothing. And I be hearing all the stories, niggas bluffing. If they ain't talking about the money, no discussion. All that hate that's in your blood, shit disgusting. That's a fact, I am back. Now this music is my track. First I cook it, then I flip it, chirping like yo, where you at? Playeristic style, baby, I be moving like a man. Little mama like a snack, you be tricking on the bags. I just drill it from the back, close curtain, it's a wrap. Make it bounce and make it clap, and once I'm done, you get it back. Got them geeking, got them tweaking, they be turned up to the max. I just travel lane to lane, Euro step into the racks. Ever since I started winning, they been looking at me different. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. Now I walk up in the building, got these bitches in their feelings. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. If you talking about the money, well, let's get it. Middle finger if you ain't been fucking with it. Ever since I started winning, they been looking at me different. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. Good heart, always looking out. Gave some, at least a good amount. Off the love, fuck the clout. Real ones know what I'm talking about. If you showing fade love, we'll keep the shit from round me. People talking shit, but they don't know the shit about me. Real talk, probably wouldn't be the shit without me. King on my own, ain't no need for you to crown me. So I had to put in work, so my moms don't have to work. Plus them bills keep on coming in, that rent due on the first. So my hustle came berserk, stand my name and know my worth. Had to get it from the dirt, now these niggas wanna work. Now these bitches wanna flirt, cause they see I come with perks. I just slap on the ass, tell them hoes respect the curve. Ever since I started winning, they been looking at me different. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. Now I walk up in the building, got these bitches in their feelings. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. If you talking about the money, well, let's get it. Middle finger if you ain't been fucking with it. Ever since I started winning, they been looking at me different. Ooh, I know these niggas hate me now. Say what? What the? Yeah. I know these niggas hate me now. I know these niggas hate me now.
Now that's fire.
Niggas hate me now. They don't love me like they say they do. I told love me like they say they do.
Because you had a child don't make you a
everything
mom.
a man is doing, women are doing the same thing. That's
Yeah.
that's the best way to sum it up. The same
That's
thing men are
it.
doing. That's it. Like,
Yep, but it's just like, you know, what men hope, what it's men is this, men is that. No, that's not. It's both.
It's both.
It's people. People
yeah.
are
People,
this
facts.
and people are that.
Facts. I
Don't
like that.
try to categorize it and put it in a
Yeah.
box to the
Well,
left and a box to the
I
right.
think both ways is easy to point fingers. So like,
Yep.
and women with our men ain't shit, and then our response is you ain't shit either.
Or y'all
Instead of
hoes.
saying, yo, we're all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And if
Everybody has trauma.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
has trauma. A lot of people don't understand that it's literally mental health, and people don't understand. They go to the gym all day and they work out on their body, or they want to take these supplements that help them in the inside, or they want to take these herbs, and they want to fix all these physical things, but no one wants to fix the mental. Like,
Yep.
if you don't have your mental right, your physical
body
is
can't
not
be
going to be
right.
right, because there's some consequences that you get from your mind. Your brain will tell you, no, you're not okay, and then you'll have back spasms. Oh, you're not okay. All of a sudden you got pinched nerves in your shoulder. You don't know what's going on, and you're just thinking, oh, I'm out of shape. Your mind is out of shape too, honey. You have to tone that up.
That's what I was saying in the last podcast. I was like, not only for you to get your body right, but to get your mind right. Because if your mind's not right, everything else follows after that. So then people be like, oh, people go into deep depression. People that have like they could have a great skin, great body, everything, but inside they're
it's all fucked up.
dying.
Yeah.
And people be like, yo, they was mad young. They died in their sleep. Like, there's a lot of factors in that. It's not about physically looking good. It's about mentally
Mental. Yep,
being
absolutely.
good.
I agree.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's a big deal.
Yeah. I think I had one more point. Yeah. So yeah, my last point is so if we can't, like, what made me a little upset about what she said is because if as black men we don't even have black women defending us when everything out there is already against us, and have black women not to defend us, and like, oh, the media is telling us, like, you know, black men ain't shit, and our black women's like feeding into that. Like, what are we to do? Like, it's not even our own women is defending us.
So you
it's
feel like what has she done to help that?
yeah, it's like
But just put it out there on Front Street for
more
everybody to
like
know.
like her platform is
yeah.
just letting it, like, okay, like, oh, I already felt this way about a black man, but now I
Now
can
I'm just gonna
really.
let the
What
world
she
know.
didn't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
was elaborate on it, because I feel like she just based that off of her experience
Personal,
and
yeah.
added the slavery, because I just feel like maybe based off of her experience from what I've read is that, you know, she's been with black men that have cheated on her.
Yeah.
So she dates a white man, and I guess she don't have those problems, which people don't understand how white men with money are the most, they are very disrespectful.
Oh yeah.
They are very disrespectful.
Yeah.
They're very entitled, and
Yeah.
that's what happens.
They
It
are,
comes with power.
you know, and that's the, yeah.
It's the
And
power.
then back to your point with, like, how come as a black woman you're not defending us as black
Right.
men?
Right.
I think that's why a lot of people was like, you see who you with, you have no right to
To
speak
say
on
that-
black
right.
issues.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
So-
especially.
And I feel like that to a certain extent because she's still black. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you can't change that.
She should be able to speak on black issues, but I think now that you've made a choice,
Oh, in your relationship.
yeah, you have to walk on eggshells with how you want to
Right.
discuss anything involving blackness, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like saying I'm a black, like I'm for like Pan-Africanism, I'm black power, this, all
Yeah,
that,
right.
and then you have a white wife. I don't want to hear anything from you about anything black.
Right.
You can't even love a black woman.
Yeah.
You can't tell me shit about black anything.
Yeah.
So I feel when people telling her, like, how dare you talk about our men when you don't even want to date one.
Yeah.
Bye. Like, if she was with a black man, then she said that, she would be able to say,
Right. She wouldn't be getting as
but
much.
she would be able to say, I still love one.
Right.
He's not what I'm talking
about, right.
There's other men that way, but she cannot do that because
Right.
her dude's straight white.
And
Yeah.
to me, it just seems like she didn't even give black men that opportunity.
Yeah, like saying that
because
not
it's
all
like she put them all in one
category,
basket.
She did.
So
Yeah.
She definitely did, though.
She
She didn't say not
categorized
all.
them.
And I had a problem with that
Yeah.
too, and that's one thing I've learned, you know, with my Facebook. Like, I just, like, literally, like, 2 days ago I learned this to not categorize, you know, every woman and everything I'm saying, because I get mad, like, inboxes saying, like, oh, you can't say all of us, you know, because I never cheated, or I know I was never ain't shit to my
But
men
the
or
thing
whatever.
is, when you categorize, right, they could say black men ain't shit, and I'm like, they're not talking about this black man.
Right.
I'm not even mad.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I won't
Won't even
say,
comment on it.
I
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
even say,
yeah,
yo,
yeah. I
not
try to tell
all,
them that too. Like,
not
it
all.
shouldn't affect you if this doesn't pertain to you.
Yeah.
But then
You
they'd be like,
should-
oh, but you still said all. So I mean, I kind of feel them on that. Like, at first I
feel
was not
both
trying to hear
y'all.
that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I feel both y'all on that.
And
Like,
I think when you say it, it's like, well, how I vision it when people say something like all this, all that. I envision it as all the ones that I've met, or all the ones that
All the
I've
ones,
encountered.
yeah, I'm talking about what my experience was.
Everyone
All
that
these,
I've
yeah,
encountered,
right,
and
right.
even if you might not say it, I'll place it there for you. Like,
Yeah.
all the motherfuckers you fucked with ain't shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Because you automatically know you can't say all because you have never met all. You never will
Yeah.
meet all. So you already know
I never got
that
that,
it's
yeah.
off that person's experience.
Yeah.
but I think that
You know
comes
what
with
I mean?
intelligence. So
Yeah.
you
So
have-
when
you have to
people
be
are
able to
saying
place it
like,
there.
"Oh, not all," they're getting mad, is because it's like,
I think it hits a nerve.
Yeah,
like, maybe
it
I
might.
feel like,
It's a
damn,
trigger or
like,
something,
yeah,
yeah.
like I did some foul shit and damn, I'm feeling bad
Ooh,
about it.
damn, he pulled the covers
Yeah,
off of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I always said that. Like, Because they talk mad, people talk mad shit on Facebook. We all know that. And I'm like, I scroll by, I laugh, and just keep scrolling. Like,
Yeah, that's like I definitely be like they attack fat girls all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. All the time they attack fat girls.
It's now more than ever too.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you would think it would be the opposite.
Loving bigger girls more
but they be trolling and attacking fat girls. And I'm a big girl, BBW, holding it down for the plus size, always have. Well, not always have, because I haven't always say
though, y'all always have better faces than the other girls though. Always, like no matter what, yo, like always have better faces than the ones talking shit. Like
here you
always.
go.
So I'd be like, I see like some stuff like, oh, fat girls stink or fat girls this that, and I'm just like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's what I be
talking about me.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. Like
I'm talking all the time. I know what you're talking about, okay?
But yeah, that's true. That's true with the big girls. They attack us all the time.
But you know why they attack?
Because they really
insecurity.
like us.
Yeah, it is like it's a secret love. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm really feeling her. But if I really feel her, I already done said some stupid shit about fat girls. They're gonna be like, I thought you didn't like fat girl. I don't. I'm talking. They just talking mad shit, dog.
Yeah.
But really, it's like that's what they rather be there than with. You know what I mean?
Drake said it. He said,
and
jealousy
we're so
is love and hate at the same
we're
time.
So loving, and we're so caring, and there's a lot of things about us, that I think like it's a lot of us, and we're bomb. Like that's just what it is. I mean, like I've had people say some hurtful things, like and I've had like even like my own family members and stuff like that. So sometimes, you know what I mean. Like my brother told me I couldn't be in his wedding because I was big.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's like it's things like that shit hurts, and he'll be like, "Oh, I'll never date anyone that's like big like you or whatever the case may be and stuff." And I'm like, I see his ex-girlfriend, and I'm like, what? Like what? Or like it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things, and then it's like, yo, you talking about me? Like, look at your family, look at your mom.
You know what's so crazy? I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that like. That's usually the case. Like there's men who like, oh, I don't like fat girls, and their mother is huge.
Yep. Or their baby mother's huge. They be like, I'll be like, let me see your baby's mother. When I see her, what?
Oh, she didn't used to look like that though.
Yeah, she didn't look. Yep.
Back to like the blackness of it. There was this other post. We talked about it last time, right? Did we talk about it?
Which one?
When the dude talking about he's anti-ebony.
Oh wow.
Oh yes.
So there was this post.
Yes.
You know this.
I seen it.
Is it
That's
on
Facebook.
Penny. Yeah.
This dude put a big ass post, right? So the post was like, it was just talking mad shit about black women. Like black women is like angry, they're ratchet, they do like all stereotypical, like on the movies, like bad. All they do is twerk. And then that post that he copied and pasted, he wrote above it, "I'm so glad I'm anti-ebony," and people was getting it in on him. You know what I'm saying?
That.
And his thing was like, "But it's my preference not to want to be with a black woman." And I feel like it's different when you are disrespecting the thing you don't like. Like you cannot like something, but you don't have to disrespect it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to like. Come
Not
on, you're a
preferring
black
something doesn't
person,
mean you have to
though.
be.
Yeah, I don't like big girls, but. Or I don't like big girls because no, you don't like big girls. That's it. You don't need to go into because they stink, because they this, because they that, because that's when you're starting.
That's not true.
That's when you're starting.
Yeah,
to,
like when we get into that other subject about the double joint,
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about like with black people dating this and how the double standards with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to really get into it right now. But
So we wait.
Yeah.
But I think that it reminded me of just blackness, and then when she was saying like the mom's is fat.
Yeah.
It was like your mom is black though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, when you say you don't like black women.
Yeah. Like,
have a conversation with your mother first, because
you need to though.
Yeah,
you have to.
You need to.
You have to.
You can learn a lot. Like if you knew how much when we stick together meant, because when you look at I think we spoke about this, like Asians put Asians on.
Yep.
White people put white people on.
No bullshit.
That's
Hispanics.
The
whole there's a Fernandez on every corner.
There's not only that. When I worked as a security guard at a commercial building, and all of the cleaning company was
Hispanic.
Spanish.
Yep.
Hispanic.
Yep.
The whole and
They
it's
put
like
their brothers, sister, cousins.
yes.
Yep.
But even
yep.
at my job right now, like my supervisor, her niece, they're all from the same place. They're all Hispanic. All of them work in the job in different departments.
They're they're actually trying to stop that because I believe it's called nepotism. I believe it's like where you only hire family members. Like they're trying to stop that.
Well, they're trying to stop that with the state too, like with the state jobs too, because they do like they only hire if you know how it asks you if you have like a family member or an immediate family member that works for whatever, because too that's not fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if that's your business, like if
it's your business,
if it's your actual business, then it is fair.
And they go so hard for each other. We're the only race that don't go hard for each other.
That's what it comes back to. Like when you
we
see
just
Chinese
don't.
food restaurants, that's their restaurant. That's why their sons work there. They
and I always said this, and this is nothing against my black people at all, but I always said this. Anybody who knows me, like when I get my businesses big, I always said I'm gonna hire Chinese people or Jews. They always stick together because they know their business. They stick together. They make sure everything's with them, and they keep it simple like that. Not that I don't want to hire black people, but look how we act when we have businesses, bro. Like it's like how are we supposed to put each other on? Like we talked about this last night about how we're supposed to put each other on when everybody wants a discount. Everybody wants some shit for free.
Yep.
Or
don't want to pay full price.
We're missing a big part here. How are we supposed to put each other on when we ourselves are trying to be on? Because a lot of times too, because I want to be that person, I want to be the one with the limelight. I don't want you to be the one with the limelight.
Crazy to me.
So and you know, it's not something that I do personally, but I've seen it. And it's like, you know, it could be like 6 of us here and one person wants to do something and another person wants to do something, but this person might be like, nah, I'm not gonna big you up, and I'm not gonna, not knowing that what that can do.
Yeah, if
you
work
taking
together.
Me up there and I'm taking y'all with me. Whatever it is that you want to do, I'm gonna make sure that you do that too.
You know, you feel like so it's a North thing only? Because I feel like down South they got it together with that. I feel like they work together. Like they put one person on, we all work to get him on, and then the next person, then we all rotate. Then we put that next person on.
I feel like in the North it's definitely like more. It happens more frequently.
I feel like the South.
I feel like the South they have their haters.
Like,
I feel like everywhere has their haters, you know. But I feel like up here is very ruthless. I don't know.
I think for the South, especially like in music, there's like 3 or 4 people that put everybody on. So it's like
there's always a new artist coming out.
You might not even fuck with me.
Yeah.
But we both fuck with you, and you the one who's putting everybody on.
Right.
So it's like we have to like really go through you. Like Gucci Mane's one of the main people that.
Absolutely.
You go through Gucci,
you're good.
You're Gucci, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Waka Flocka's mom, you go through her.
Deborah,
Miss
Deborah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a few of them that is like, they bringing artists and rising them up. And they're letting them fly. Like, I found you, you doing your thing, see you later. You know what I mean? And, because some of them people down south, they got beef with each other, like murder beef.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just up here, especially like in Boston, when it comes to music, when it comes to food, when it comes to anything where you got to be an entrepreneur, there's no real go-through person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're all trying to be that guy or that girl
to open the gates, kind of.
Yeah, but we want to open the gate first for us, ball, and then we don't even know if when you open the gate you're gonna come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for example, when me and my partners was doing the Ill City thing,
I was gonna talk about mine too.
We had a real good chance of being like the dopest group. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like everything was right. The talent was right. You know what I'm saying? The image was right. Everything was right. But the only thing that wasn't right is that, like, so Nas, he's too humble to want to be the man solely.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever we gonna do, we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Miz Rest His Soul, he wanted to be the man. He would have been the man with or without us.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. So it was like, I want to do this. I want to do this. And we try to come on concept. He'll disrespect the whole concept and write whatever he wants. Jeff want to be the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be the man. We never came together.
Ego thing, yeah.
It was like, yo, do you know the level we could bring this?
Bro.
If we took it together, like, we all wanted to be the man, but we all knew, like, some of us at the time, like, you don't rap as well as you think you do. Why don't you get behind the camera?
Bro.
You make beats. Why don't you stick to that? Like, let's do it together. Now that we're fucking almost 40 years old, we think back like, yo, we could have been the shit if we had did it this way. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. yo, you know Juan, Kenny, Brandon, right? Brandon, he always had the connect, like the put people on, right?
Yeah.
Like we talked about this recently. Kenny lyricist, he's Force, Juan Force. I did the camera. If we would have just like use our talents to our best ability and then work together like that, we'd have been on. But everybody wants to be the man. Yep. That was our problem. Everybody wants to be man. Everybody want to rap. Everybody want to do the same thing instead of staying in their lane and working together like that.
You can do it later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
But you see how you guys said that you guys had the people and the potential, and you guys were in like a possibility for you guys to do something. Women, it's not that way. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are both two different people, and you guys are both men. Like, it's not even like that with women. I sing, you know what I'm saying? And I have friends that sing, and they go to Berkeley, and they have places and peoples that I never could get to because they went to Berkeley, right? And they wouldn't even offer me, like, oh, what's up? Oh, I'm going to put my girl on, too. Oh, I can't do it. I'm sick. My girl can come through the studio and sing for you. Or, hey, she writes, too. Oh, do you know that she could write? None of that.
That's
not
the first
even
thing.
that.
When
at
we
all.
were focusing on talking about the song that we
right.
made, I was like, Angela would be perfect for this song.
Right.
Like, and that's what I like. If I know, like, if I don't do something, like, even if then I want to put you on to someone that does.
Yeah.
Like, not for nothing. Like, I don't know if you watched it, but did you watch the Kevin Hart documentary?
I seen some of it.
So the Kevin Hart documentary is not about his bullshit or anything like that, but mainly about the fact that his friends all have a part in his life.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And it
That's
was
what-
just
yeah,
so
man,
dope.
that's what
Like,
I
he
needed,
has
man.
his barber who's his friend. He has his friend that's his trainer.
Personal trainer,
He
yeah.
has like his friend that what does his friend do? He's the one that does like the cameras and the directing
one
and
of
stuff.
his man's straight homeless, dog. He found out. He was like, yo, come open my shows. You're the host now.
He's like, I made a lane for him.
Yep.
He was like,
That's
I
what you're
made a
supposed to
lane
do.
for him.
That's
like,
exactly
that's
what
what
you're
you
supposed
do.
to
Like,
do.
if I have my, like, it's the thing is like, yo, and that's what when we were talking about last night, that we're together, we do things together, but we want to share our love. We want to spread our love because we want other people to experience like what real love is.
Yeah.
Like, that's so important. And if people knew that how much greatness can come out of that, it's so dope. And if I know like, yo, one person does this, or this person's a cleaner, or this person knows how to cook, this person's a baker, this person's a rapper, this person could do this for you, this person could do that for you, I'm putting you in a position.
It's crabs in a bucket. That's what it is. Crabs in a bucket.
I said that earlier.
When I
Crabs
put
in a barrel
you in a
mentality, that's
position,
why.
you don't even know how happy that makes me feel. I'd be more happy for you
For
than
you
I'd be for myself.
right. And I love that.
And this is one thing that I realize with like people we do in general, and really feel me on this one. We as people, we like to like, so you how you like to care for a lot, and you're helpful, and you want to see people on, right? We tend to put our morality on people. Like, since I'm this way, I feel like everybody needs to be this way too.
Yeah.
We do that a lot. Like, I didn't realize how much I did it. It was like, oh, why isn't this person acting like me? Like, why is this person doing, like, I would do this?
Yeah.
Why aren't they doing this?
Everybody's
we have
heart
a
is
big
different.
problem with that. Like,
Everybody's heart is different.
and that's what
Everybody's
it- yeah,
like, you know,
it's-
everybody moves different. And sometimes, you know, of course, like they always say, everybody can't come with you. So it's like, you know, I could try to put you in that position, but if you don't want to be, I can't force you.
Right.
Lead the horse
And
to the water,
I'm
but you
like,
can't make him drink
again,
it.
Right.
that's what it is. Like, if our views is our views, we are not pushing our views on anyone. We don't want to do that. We just, if I can, like, you can say something and we could say something, and then I could be like, maybe if I do this, I might get a different result. That's what I'm looking at it as. Like, yo, maybe, because like we have conversations all the time and we may disagree on certain things or whatever, but then when I think about it, I'm like, maybe if I do it this way, then I'll get a different result from it. And when I look at it, I do. And then that's when I start moving. You know how they be like, when you're with somebody, you start acting like them and you start being like them. I probably started moving the correct way when I started dealing with my husband.
That's how you know you're in
Because-
sync, though.
so-
That's in
Even
sync.
still,
Yeah.
when we having conversations or whatever, and I'm trying to like get her to understand like that what that you're doing right now, that's not gonna work or whatever. She's in the heat of the moment, so she's like, I'm not hearing it. And then later on, when she's reflecting on her own, she hears it, right? So she have to hear it in her own voice, whatever.
Yep.
And this is something I had told you before, like, yo, all of you are is the messenger, bro. When you drop a gem on somebody,
Right.
you have to leave the gym there. You can't be like, why the fuck you didn't get the gym right now?
Oh, gotcha.
You drop
Gotcha.
the gym,
Yeah.
That's all you're
Because
supposed to do.
sometimes
Yeah.
shit
Because you
falls
don't
on
know-
deaf ears,
you don't
and
know-
it ain't your fault.
You don't know when the gym goes off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be 20 years from
Yo,
now. And
seriously.
the shit happens, and they're gonna be like, yo, when Neil told me that 20 years ago, this motherfucker was right.
Yep.
You done your job. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about
When it hits
when
them.
Yeah.
you just gave it. You know what I'm saying? And then before, at first, I used to get mad, like, yo, she's not hearing
Yeah,
me. You
me
know
too.
what I'm saying? But then,
I used to do it. I still kind of.
but then when she's reflecting, I'm reflecting. I'm like, damn, maybe I was a little too harsh or whatever. And then she'll come and be like, so you're right. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
You
And
know
I'll
what
go
I'm saying?
back to him and tell him he was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to think like, oh, you just wasted all that time and,
I don't
just
feel
told
that
me
way.
stuff. But it's just like, I go to him and I tell him like, yo, you was right about what you were saying. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to do this differently. Or like we spoke about a specific situation. And he told me that you don't need to like try to be like close to this person. You don't need to do
I told
all
her
of the
not
extras.
to implant yourself
Yeah.
in this situation.
Yep.
You can get to know this person. Y'all could be cool, but this particular situation, that person has to do that on their own.
Yes.
Because if that person doesn't do it on their own, and you give this insight and everything, because they're looking for you to give them the green light. So if you give them the green light and then it fucks up, they're gonna blame that on you when it's really them. So instead
Yeah.
of even giving them the go,
Just let them do it
just
themselves.
let them do it themselves,
Let
because
them
they
go
want to
through
do
it.
it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let them do it themselves. They're gonna be on that journey by themselves, and I think that would like preserve the integrity of their relationship. They don't have to.
Right.
She don't have to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
And
then
she
like
was
to
mad
me,
at first, like-
I was mad at first, but then I definitely understood what he said. And of course that's what's going on right now. So that's
I
cool.
want to ask another question.
Okay.
Is it important for like you're dating someone, getting to know them? Well, it's kind of like your standards or whatever. So, in order for you to date someone or get to know them, do they have to be on the same level as you when it comes to
Finances.
like
Stuff.
finances, spiritual belief, everything? Like,
It's a
you know
great
what I'm
topic.
saying? Like,
Great topic.
do I have a call?
This is tough.
Like,
Yeah,
do they
I have
do
mine
they have
so
to
far.
have do they have to have cars? Even if you have or have not one, do they have to have a car? Do they have to have a passport? Do they have to have this, that, all that shit for you to be like, okay, now I'm gonna see if this person is a good person to date? You know what I'm saying? Do they have to come like? Can they be missing some of
work
that
in
shit?
progress?
A lot of that shit, yeah.
Can
like,
they come as they are?
Yeah.
So,
You can start it off.
I feel like there's some things that can be missing, and there's some things that absolutely can't.
I think everybody feels that way.
Yeah. So, but come as, it's kind of tough when you're. It's like when you're at this level, and you're dating someone that's not. I feel like for a man, it can be. We can date a woman that's not on our level. Like it's been done for years, like thousands of years, men do it. But a woman will never date a man that's not on the same level as them. I've never seen it done. Like a woman dates someone, like say a woman, we could say like she's a singer or something, dating a fry cook at McDonald's. Like no one sees that. You don't see that. You never see that. But a guy, a businessman or a rapper will date a fry cook from McDonald's. You see that all the time.
Absolutely.
But you never see it the other way around. So guys can do it.
Well, I've seen like celebrity women date no name niggas, right?
Oh yeah, like Nicki.
But the first thing that happens to that nigga, oh, he's leeching. Oh, he's on
Okay,
the come up, right?
yeah.
But when the no name shorty is dating this thing, we're checking for when her business is coming. We're not even being like, yo, she's
That's true.
she's leeching off this nigga nothing. Even I saw a post the other day, and then the post said Lori Harvey stupid for dating Future, and it was like not because what he does, is because why she don't have a business from this yet. The Kardashians would never have done that. They would have already had a business. Not saying like why you dating him, period. It's like,
Yeah.
when's your business coming?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
shorties always can especially on that level,
Thrive.
they could come from nowhere and have a business.
And this is the thing. And this is the
be
thing.
more important than him now.
This is the thing. When say like a hairdresser or makeup artist dates a celebrity, right? Mm-hmm. They'll never go back down to that level. They'll be at a higher level now, right?
Yep.
But when a guy does it, he's going right back to where he was. he never like eats off of that, high person, So
He's
it's
not
tough,
allowed
man.
to. They
Well,
won't
the
allow
only
it.
person I felt like did that was Lamar Odom, because he was up there. He dated a Kardashian and everything, and the girl that he dates now, she's
Oh, like
kind of
a fitness type of thing.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
a
but
fitness, but
soon
she
as
had
we
everything
found out
before.
about her, she's a famous.
Yeah,
Fitness
Look at
person.
Chris Brown and Carucci. No one knew Carucci. No
Yeah.
one knew her. She was just she was a pretty girl that worked at Macy's. Now look at her. She's TV shows now. She's
Yeah.
Yep, Shaq's
I,
wife.
I called it the
understand.
Chris Brown and Joe Budding's effect. It's like they date girls and they all get famous after they date them.
Yeah.
Like
So
Tahari, like who else? The other girl that Joe Budden
Sin
dated.
Santana.
Sin. Look at all the girls they always date. They
well,
always
Sin
get.
actually started to get famous when she dated Erica, right?
Yeah, Erica Mena.
Yeah, when she dated Erica
Another one.
Mena.
No
Yeah.
one knew her. Like so, you see, like it's not the same field with men and women. It's not. It's
We're
not.
falling a little off track. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
even think you got to answer if we have to be on the same level.
True. I feel like
Nah,
I'm gonna be honest, but it's just like I feel like I kind of agree with some parts that he said, because like a man could like literally have a car and have all of this out of that, and the girl doesn't really have to have all of that for that to be a thing to work, like, or to date. But me personally, I feel like you could have some things missing. However, like let me give an example. Okay, let's say you're not working. Okay, let's say you're not working, but you have a car, and however you got your little hustle on the side, and maybe you don't believe in God, but you are respectful and you're family oriented, right? So those are some things that are missing, right? I don't know. I kind of have to see, like, okay, could we work on these missing things? Is it a possibility that these missing things can come up and then work into the person? Because I won't just cancel the person out because something's missing. I just have to see if we're willing to work on those things that are missing. Just like he could come in and be like, oh, well, you're not working, but you do have these college degrees, but you have this, and that. You know what I'm saying? Because I have things missing too. I'm not driving, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want somebody to just cancel me out because of that.
Right.
So I would be fair and just see if the things that are canceled are worth more than the things that are there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we can go from there. Because then I feel like if I feel like that it doesn't weigh out, then I'm just not even going to waste my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all look good, man.
I
Women
think
good.
like for me, it's the same as you. Like certain things can be missing, like a car, like materialistic shit could be missing, because it's at the end of the day, it's all about how you are. And there are have you heard of that? Like when you get with someone, you may have all of those things missing, but then that person motivates you to get where you need to be, and not because you're with me, but for yourself, because I know like you need this for yourself at the end of the day. So like that is like, when I met Rich, you were in between jobs or didn't have a job.
Yeah, I was going from one job to an offer from the next job, and then it failed.
Yeah.
After I accepted the job and everything, it failed. So I was ending up living off like savings for the.
That's
Right.
so annoying.
Yeah, this
And
shit
then
was wild.
it was just like I was asking him to go on dates and stuff like that, and he didn't
And
want
at this
to.
time, I'm feeling like it's old school. Like,
Yeah.
if we go on date, it's on me. Like,
Yeah.
we can't do that. If we do this, it's on me. So a lot of stuff she was asking, I'm like, we ain't doing that.
You're like,
You know what I'm
nah.
saying? We can't do that. And she's like, why can't we do it? Like, because I don't got the bread for that. So
Right.
you could come over, I can go to your crib, but over there, we're not going. And she had to like be like, no, we're gonna go. And
But then
I'm
we
gonna get it.
created other things to do that didn't involve money,
Right.
like going to the beach. Like there's a lot of things that we didn't capture on pictures before when we were dating. So it was like a lot of people didn't even know we were doing them. So like, we were going to the park. Like we were spending hours chilling at the park talking and stuff like that, or we go get pizza or ice cream or whatever the case may be. And it's crazy because this I'm about to tell y'all is like the weirdest thing. I think we left this out when we did the podcast. But when we went on our first trip to Miami, I went to go use my bank card, and I didn't have no money on my card.
Oh, wow.
And this was like our first anniversary. And like he
And I
had
think
to
it was like the
second day. The second day, I didn't have no money because we had booked another hotel,
And they
and
took
I
it
forgot
out?
to cancel the hotel, so they charged me
That
the
happened to me a couple of
whole
times.
amount of money that would for the days that we were gonna stay there, and I was so tight. I could not even believe that's what happened to me. And I felt so bad because he had to pay for everything, like for the rest of the trip there.
Yeah.
But of course, like I said, we're always going to keep it real on here. And I think that's one of the things that we forgot to do. So it's just like when you go around like saying, I'm going to cancel you because of whatever the situation is, it may be financially or whatever the case may be. Look what happened to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I could have just been like, oh, I don't fuck with him because, you know, he don't got no money or he don't got nothing. And he's living off of his
I
savings.
have bread.
No,
But I'm cheap.
No,
I can't
he's
spend
frugal.
it on that. You know what I'm saying?
He's frugal.
I gotta spend it on.
But I had no
Yeah.
money, and I
Different
was
stuff.
so like, it was so embarrassing too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because somebody else would have been like, well, you're on your own, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was just like, money was. Believe it or not, we don't fight over money.
Never.
That's
Ever.
great. That's
Never.
great.
That's
man.
great.
We don't
But
have
that's
those
an ugly fight.
because I look at it like this: like whatever I got, like I got $5, $2.50 is for you, $2.50 is for me. Anything that I have, you know, it's for us. So and I haven't grown up seeing my parents fight over money. So it was like I think that too had a lot to do with it too, because I seen the way they move and that's how I move with him. So we never fight over finances. When we see other people doing it, we just be like, damn, that's a problem we don't have.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So whichever, if one day he comes up and he falls off or whatever the case may be, I'm going to be there to pick him back up. Same vice versa. That's it.
And it's
We don't look
crazy
at it
'cause-
like, oh, you're broke. You don't got no money. You don't got this.
We don't fight over money so much that for a long time we had one bank account, just
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
right? We have each one have one now, but it's for a certain reason.
Yeah.
that we each have one. But if we both didn't need to have one, it would still be
That one.
That
big-
one
that
account.
one account,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just
Yeah.
all the money goes there. And half the time I don't have the card. I don't give a fuck because I'm not buying nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
if I buy shit, it's shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Stuff for
same,
like.
same
I'd be
here,
like
too.
to him, have you seen my credit? I still lost my credit card. I don't even know where it is. Okay, but I'm paying it.
Right.
Like,
But
it's
like,
crazy.
she have the card, and it's like only time I'll take it is if she be like, "Can you go do this, go do that?" And
Yeah.
I'll take it. Even she be like, "Oh, take the card to work and get some food." I'm like, I'll wait till I get back to the crib and eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep that shit. Like, we want to build better than like doing like stupid shit with the money
Yeah.
to start arguing over it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Come on, that's
if you don't do dumb shit with the money, you won't
Then
have
there's
an
no dumb argument.
The only argument you can have is like, why is all this money keep sitting here?
Yeah.
Argue with me about that. We could argue about that. But back to the question, I had seen this this post, and then you showed me this morning the passport joint.
Oh, yes. A passport is a requirement in this relationship. You ain't about to Miami and Atlanta me to death.
I agree. I was gonna
That's
list
what-
my requirements.
Before you agree with it,
Uh-huh.
is that something like for like this getting to know you stage? Is this something?
Oh,
like,
no.
that
That
you
could
better
definitely-
come with
yeah.
it, or like I'm gonna help you go
Right.
get that. And,
So yeah, what I was gonna say is like the stages of the. So when we're dating, like she doesn't need to be on my level, but by the time we get married, she needs to be close to my level. So that way, we get married, I'm not gonna get fleeced for everything. Like I'm not
No,
gonna get all my
I feel
shit
that.
taken.
I feel
Because if she has her own money or she's close to where I am as my level, if there is a divorce, she's not getting half because she has what she has.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, she doesn't need to have her passport, but by the time we get to where we're trying to get to, she'll have that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
You know, but I definitely feel like a passport is a requirement. You know, at least these days.
Yeah, I feel like a passport is a requirement, but not like when you straight come in like, oh, I'm trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
What's up? And put your offer in or whatever. You put the
Right.
time in, whatever.
Like, how about
yeah.
you
like,
motivate me
how
to get
about
one?
no? We're gonna get you this passport.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
we're gonna get it. But if you come to me without a passport, I'm not gonna tell you got to beat your feet and keep it moving. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like come on.
Yeah, and people don't realize too with a passport, not only that it can get you anywhere in the world though, but that's the best ID
Yes,
in
and
the
that's
whole
what I
world.
use
That's one.
right now all the time.
Yeah, like
Everything.
that
trumps
over everything.
Everything. It trumps
College ID,
everything.
military, everything.
Everything.
That just is
You
the
got
best
your
ID.
passport?
If you
Best
got-
ID.
if you got
You
no
going for a
passport,
job and you need
have to have
two?
two forms.
Two
Yes.
forms, right,
Bring
right.
the passport, they're
Exactly.
like,
That's it.
But you
You're
know
all
what?
set.
My
That's
job
the
told. Remember, they told me that I couldn't. My
They try to do
passport
some
doesn't
dumb
trump.
shit. It
They tried
trumps
to tell me,
everything.
"Oh, you need to bring in another form of ID." I'm like, "This is This trumps
That's a
everything.
double
Everything.
form
This
of
doesn't
ID.
First
make
of all,
no
you
sense.
need every form of ID
To get your
Get
passport.
it.
Yes. But that's
you
why
have
it
it,
trumps
That's
If
true.
you have
That's
it,
true.
That
That's
means
true.
I automatically have
Right.
every form
That's
of ID
it.
you
That's
need
it.
because I have this.
And,
So,
and it just feels good to have.
It's
It's
good.
like,
Yeah,
especially
it
you have some
does.
stamps and that shit. You
yo,
feel
when I
good,
be at
man.
work and like some people be coming, I gotta sign people in, and then I peep, they give me their passport. I be like, okay,
Yeah,
and
you
then
feel
they
like,
have
yo,
the
I see you,
they have
I
the
see you.
passport ID card too. Like
Yeah, yeah, I
when
heard
I
about-
like see my patients and stuff, they have their passport ID cards and everything. So it's like, damn, like that's dope. You know, like I have my passport, so I'm good. Like, you know, I don't, you know.
I gotta
But again,
renew
you don't
mine
want to
this year.
always. It feels like you don't want to always because when you lose that shit, it's a wrap.
yeah.
Yeah, but see,
It's
the
a
thing
hassle
is,
going to get
it's
that shit
true,
back. Hassle.
but I never lost it, and I had it for 10 years, and this is like I have to renew it this year. So I think it's
That's
just if you have your stuff with you, it's like a habit,
Yeah.
like your keys. Like
Yo,
and when you go to-
I probably would have never ever gotten a passport.
Until Tink said.
I'd have been a Dorchester kid. I
Would
probably
you call
would've
me
been-
Tisha?
I'd have been
No,
a-
Tink,
Take- oh,
right? Yeah.
Tika.
Tika.
But I would have never. I'd have never got a passport. I probably would have talked a lot of shit. Like, I want to go here. I want to go there, and I wouldn't have did it.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
That's
And
what's
then
up. That's
when
what's
we
up
have a
with y'all.
conversation like, we should do this, we should do that. She's like, okay, we're gonna go to the post office and get these shits.
Yeah.
Me, I'd have just been.
We
talking
literally
about it,
walked in there and did everything. The pictures there, everything.
the
It was
ID trumps everything. That passport trumps everything so much so that I still don't have my license and I have my passport. And I'm just like,
Thing,
well,
like,
got
I
my
don't. I don't even blame you for that. Like, yo, when you go overseas with that shit, right? And you're American. Like, I swear, I don't know if this happened to y'all when y'all was in Jamaica, but when they see you pull that out, they're like, oh, let me help him a little faster. Like, let me help. Like, oh, damn, he's American.
No, the guy was like, you
US?
know, you can't have your glasses on, right? At customs. And I was like, okay. So I took my shades off. I guess that's like a thing when you go to custom. You can't have your shades on. You can't have anything blocking your face when they look at your passport.
Customs is a bitch, man.
Yeah, it
Can't
is.
stand that. There was one
It
time I was in
is.
line for 3 hours, yo, to get back.
Well, we
in.
was in there for an hour.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
hours one time. The customs ain't no man.
The one in New York was like this,
Mm.
but what you call it, Jamaica? Oh my God, the line. We saw the line before we even got down the ramp,
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
and it was tight, and it was hot in there. Oh,
Yeah,
but yeah, back to what we were saying about like the requirements, like the relationship requirements. So that's what we wanted to ask about the passport because we
Yeah.
know, like, you know, you always talk
Now it's
about
a
that
hot
on your
topic. And
Facebook.
Yeah.
I think you was
You
the
know.
first person, like before this passport craze, you used to be like, if you don't got a passport, like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm not really fucking with you,
It-
right?
it
You
shows
was
so
one of
many
the
things.
first person
Yeah, to
people
put that out there.
To put that, and then now it's like everybody's saying like,
Yeah,
if you don't
everybody
have
is.
a passport, so it's like people must like
Feel
believe in
whatever.
what you say because
Now it's a thing.
a real thing.
I've been, and I'm not even trying to toot my own horn here because I'm really not. But I be saying a lot of shit that later on I be seeing that people say that like, yo, I've been saying this
and
shit.
you was
But
getting shit for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
so it's like it's all good, man. But that's definitely something that can be worked on. So,
So now, I'm saving one question for last. So we're gonna go to. We asked you guys to bring up a little topic. I don't know which one wants to go first. Y'all can rock paper scissors. Y'all can do the eye. Like you go. You go.
it's okay. She
or
could
whatever.
do her.
I
her.
honestly forgot
I got
Your
it.
que-
I got
your-
it.
my
Okay,
topic.
you got it, right?
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Why do men think sex fixes everything?
Lord.
You want to do that one, or you could do yours with the double standard, or they might like go
They might
together.
go
inside
yeah.
with each
Yeah,
other.
If we start with the double standard. And
Okay.
then-
Okay.
Okay.
So,
So
you could explain what you meant by the double standard, and then
sure.
talk about
So I guess the best way I can explain is probably by examples or something. But if you look on Facebook, social media, or or just magazines, anything, you'll see a black woman like, oh, I have a white man. Black people like, oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy you got a white man, or I'm so happy you got a relationship. If we be like, without disrespecting black women, be like, oh, here's my wife or my girlfriend. It's a white woman. It's a different race besides black. It's like, oh, see, I knew you wasn't shit. Like, oh, I knew, like, oh, you don't like black women. It's like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that that's where my heart was. My heart's right here with this white woman or this Spanish woman.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never the same. Like, okay, if y'all date outside their race, we congratulate. We do it. It's like another black man lost to whatever. And I feel like that's not right. Another thing, when it comes to what we're looking for in a guy or a woman or a guy, right? A woman will put, oh, he needs to be 6 feet. He needs to make this much money. He needs to do this and that. We'll say one or two little things. It's like, oh, his mom raised a bitch. Or his mom his mom doesn't know he wasn't raised right. Oh, he's so disrespectful. Just because we listed a couple things that we want in a woman, just like y'all listed a couple things y'all want in a man. Mm-hmm. We do that, we're disrespectful. Our mom didn't raise us right. We don't like black women. So it's just never the same. It just never ever equals up, in my opinion.
I can't really speak on the first one because I've never seen. I know that women always talk about men dating white women. Mm-hmm. I know
or just
that.
Outside of black.
Yeah, outside of their race. Period. Yeah. What can I say about that? Because I
could take the mic on that one.
Yeah.
I feel like it's true. I feel like I see that a lot. I see a lot of women will bash a black man for dating outside of their race. But if a black woman is dating outside of their race, it's not as harsh to society, to the African American community. But I do say they still do get bashed. Just it's not as harsh. Yeah. It's not as rough and rugged the way they do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I do see someone, they're like, oh, you like the milk in your coffee. You like the little slick comments for the women. They're slick, the little slick comments, but...
And not even disrespectful black women. We just put a relationship out there.
I think what happens with it is that for black men, for black women, there's not, especially the way society will paint that picture, is that there's not abundance of black men that are like most of them's in jail or most of them's on the street selling drugs or whatever. So there's not an abundance of black men who are worth like being in a relationship. There's already not enough of them compared to how many black women there are in the world that is like they're ready and they're able to be courted or whatever. So every time a black man gets with a different race, it's like, damn, you keep on making the pool smaller and smaller and smaller. Like you don't, like, what the fuck's wrong with us when there's a whole bunch of us? You have like 3 or 4 different women, maybe even 5 or 6 now to you. So black women to black men, it's 6 of them to you.
To one, yeah, 6 to 1. Yeah.
Why would you choose
somewhere
else when it's like them? They could say like, yo, there's not enough for y'all. That's why I went that way. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's like, whatever your decision is your decision. But I think that's why men get the most heat is because already there's not enough of us. So there's not enough. So they're like, damn, you making it smaller and smaller and smaller. We could have been. It could be. You should stick to your community. You know what I mean? But that's my take on it.
Yeah,
that's true. There's a lot of black men that are in jail, and they could just be.
But we can also make the argument that y'all like them jail niggas and not the niggas that are not the good niggas that are actually out here. We can make that argument for men.
That is true. That is very true because of the is that the unrealistic expectations, the unrealistic expectations that women have for men that's one of them. Because just because a dude went to jail doesn't mean he's a bad dude either. So you know what I mean? Like sometimes you got to go and sit down to reflect on what you did. Yeah, that's you're getting the punishment that you deserve. There's a punishment for there's a consequence for everything.
Absolutely.
So you can either, be good after that or just keep going back to jail. But my thing with that whole dating like outside your race, I think I've heard people say this before, like. Well, dudes, I've heard them say like, yo, I can be with anybody that I want to be. It doesn't matter the race or whatever like that. It's not about that. It's how they make me feel or whatever the case may be or whatever.
And that's truly how I was raised. Like that's the God honest truth. Like it wasn't like, okay, black or, it's, because my mother, she's Hispanic. So I remember one time like I would write like, like a Hispanic woman or something like that. And women would come at me. I'm like, but I'm half Spanish. So, I mean, I can say something.
The only thing is with dating outside your race, dating a white person, a white woman or a white man, whatever, is that you have to understand that they will never understand you.
Yeah.
So they'll never understand where you're coming from. They'll never, no matter how much you try to speak to them about what it is, they will never understand it.
I had homies that left relationships with white women because of that same reason. Like I know these 3 people that they just had to leave because they couldn't understand what they're going through or the struggles.
They can't.
So I feel that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like they can't. Period.
Yeah.
That's it. And then another thing too with white men and white women, like when you're dating someone who's of color or whatever. Let me not say color. That's controversial. If you're dating somebody in the African American community or whatever, and like they don't understand that they don't understand their struggles too. But another thing that they do that gets them left, like someone black would be like, nah, I'm not doing it, is when something comes up and they stay silent about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, I can't even say if I can't remember the quote correctly right now, so this is not verbatim, this is kind of off the top. But Martin Luther King was like, I think you stop living the day that you are silent about something that isn't
you could stand for
or whatever. So if I know I'm a white woman, just as hypothetically speaking, if I know I'm a white woman and I'm with a black man and someone says some like racial slur or someone says something and I just sit there and quiet, you're just as wrong as a person who just said it. Like you didn't say anything. You didn't agree. You didn't check it on the spot. Like I had this professor, I'll never forget, Professor Jackson, this white lady. She's a white lesbian lady. And this kid in my class, he challenged me and he was like, you people. And I got so mad. Like I wanted to spaz, but you know, I'm not going to do that because that's exactly what he wants.
Yep.
This is what he wants. He wants me to spaz on him. He wants me to be ignorant. He wants me to cuss and swear and show that I don't have a vocabulary. So instead of me doing all of that, I turned over and I said, I'm sorry, what do you mean by you people? Like, do you mean women? Like, I just wanted to see where his mind was. And he said, I said you people. If you look at your skin, you know what I'm talking about. Oh. My professor shut that shit down. She was like, get that shit out of my class. I'm removing you from my list. We don't condone any of that in my classroom. And I'm going to speak to the dean about that because we have a zero tolerance policy for that at University of Massachusetts, Boston. And she shut it down.
That's what's up.
I ain't never seen that man at that university again.
And I think you have a story that is the exact opposite where the motherfucker was like, they say shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, which one are we talking about?
The get out moment.
Oh, yeah. So I went on a little trip, a birthday trip, with Laura.
Oh, you saying names?
So we went on a trip.
After the show, we got to talk about that.
So we went on the trip, and it was just me. I was the only African American on the trip, and the first thing that kind of pissed me off was, you know, like when you're around white people and, you know, like they want to be down so bad that they feel like they have to act like that talk slang or some shit. So the whole time we was there, you know, I'm chilling and everything like that, but I have my reservations, of course, because when I seen the group of friends she had, I was just not with it. So, and her sister seen that I was not with it. So
her sister was cool.
So yeah, her sister's cool. Yeah. So she was just like, oh, just chill with me, you know, whatever. And then her first thing, her friend was just like, yo, I like Fran. She's real. She's a real ass bitch. And I was like, excuse me? Like, who are you talking to? First of all, you didn't hear me come up on here and say anything pertaining to you're that bitch, you're this, that. I don't know if she feels like she needs to talk to people like that, but it was just like, girl, what? Like, who are you talking to? First of all, I'm not a bitch. Like, you know, and I'm not your bitch. You know? Yeah. That was one. Then after we went tubing or whatever, there was a bunch of white guys that were in the van that came to pick us up. This is in New Hampshire, all white people. And they were saying that this reminded the ride. While we were on the ride, we were passing like a field. Like, it kind of looks like the cornfield. Oh, God, no. So he was like, yo, this reminds us of Get Out. Like, to Get Out the movie, and I'm the only black person on the fucking van. I'm already aggressive as it is. Why the fuck did you say that? So she acted like she didn't hear what happened. She didn't say nothing. And I was like, yo, I will fuck you up right now. To all of them. None of them said anything. And then she's like, what happened? what happened? And this is where it's like you're selective as to what you're gonna stay silent about. And I don't know if I should say this, but like your situation with her, right? I felt some type of way about it because I felt like she's telling everybody else to get at you for a situation that you guys had communication about.
Right.
And I just felt like you know when to involve black people, right? Because you know like somebody can come and say something to you or potentially hurt you or potentially put you in a certain situation, but yet that shit was going on
It didn't say nothing.
You acted like you didn't even know what was going on. So that's the example that I was trying to make. It's like they're selective as to what they stay silent to. Because it's like, not all the time, because some of them are just fucking silent. Because they're part of the problem.
Yeah.
And then you have the ones that are selectively, you know, because her whole thing with this friendship and these people or whatever like that, you want to be gang when it's gang time. But then like, it's just like when they're talking about it, but then when the actual shit hits the fan, you're not saying nothing, you're not doing nothing.
Right.
But you want to boast about the fact that you're gang and you're part of this crew. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like y'all want to be down so much, but you'll never defend us when it comes to that time.
That's whack.
Yep.
So then too, my problem was that she said to me that she doesn't get into these conversations on Facebook because of how her family members feel about certain conversations.
Man, fuck that.
Wow.
So that's why they don't say anything.
I learned a long time ago to delete all family members, first of all. Because I be wilding and I don't need to a family gathering like, Neil, what does this mean?
I need to follow you on Facebook.
But the thing is like, no, but the thing is like, since we're talking about like white people, they see a lot of this stuff. Now, not for nothing, I don't know if you guys look at stuff like this, but when you go on, like when you go on Boston, like 25, Fox 25 and stuff like that, and they're talking about like certain people, like a black child that's murdered or whatever the case may be, the white people in their comments are ridiculous. They're nasty. Like they're just like, yeah, just another kid from the ghetto, or you know, like it's just like, yo, and under that you'll have someone who else is white who goes in on that person for saying you don't know what the situation, like they'll go in to the point where that person will delete their whole fucking account. After that person's done with them. So why can't you love us so much, but you can't stand up for us? That's what
the white people that rock with us, they do be standing up.
No, I'm saying
I'm saying that's dope how they stand up.
Yeah,
and they're not
they
sometimes they're not nothing. Like there's white people that put me on to black books that I was like, oh
well,
shit.
actually,
you know what
the
I mean?
Just Mercy book, the Brian
Wait, did you guys see that movie?
No, we didn't see it yet. But it's crazy because
right?
I have a patient. This is how we found out. The patient was talking to me, and she was asking me, "Have I ever been to was it in Tennessee? What was it again?" She asked me, "Have I ever been there?" She said, "You have to go there." She was like, because she knows Martin Luther King. She's like, that was her pastor's like really really good friend, and like she was like, "You have to read this book," and I immediately ordered the book so that Rich could read it, like, you know, because I know like he loves to like learn about like history and all of that stuff or whatever. So it was crazy, but it was a white person that put me on to that. And then when I saw that the movie was coming out and stuff, she was like, the movie's coming out. She told me that a long time ago, and then the movie just came out. Like
I've
like,
seen it, guys, and I'm telling you, it's
dope.
Like I never really like Michael B. Jordan, like you know, like I know he's like the ladies' man shit, but I never really thought like his acting like caught up with his looks, you know. So I feel like in this one, he actually can act in this. Like he actually did his thing. Like he can actually be like, I'm an actor now, and not just like a face. Like, you know.
Because usually his roles is not, I wouldn't say serious roles. They were like actiony and
right.
You know, except for Fruitvale Station.
Yeah. He did a pretty good job.
I love Fruitvale Station.
I think when he gets serious roles, you don't worry about how he looks. You know what I'm saying? When the other ones,
you're not
like,
looking at
it don't
that.
matter when he say his shirt's off, but when you have to keep his clothes on, his acting is.
That's how I feel about Denzel. I don't even be looking at that. I look at how much of an actor he is. I be telling him, I be like, damn, yo, he's a good actor.
Yo, him, Will Smith.
Will Smith is my favorite actor, hands down.
Denzel, I remember I seen an interview with him, and they asked him, how come in movies he has never kissed a white woman? And he was like, why would I do that? My wife is black. I love black women. I will never kiss a white woman. No amount of money, nothing can make me do that. That's how you stand up for your community without having to be a dickhead or nothing.
That's integrity, man. That's
small
integrity.
statements.
It's big.
He's so wise, though.
Yeah.
He's a very wise man.
And I learn a lot
him
from his
and Will
movies.
Smith. Oh my
I
god!
learned a lot because
Will Smith is
again,
my guy,
like I
too.
said, I
That's like
watch
one of my
stuff for the
favorite people in the
message,
world.
and his message is always clear.
Yeah.
Denzel?
Yeah.
Very
His
clear.
message is always
Yeah,
clear.
yeah.
He delivers every time,
He's a very
Yeah.
whether
good
he's
black
playing
man.
the bad guy or the good guy. He's nasty at it.
Yeah, and he one thing I love about him too, like you said, T, like to touch up on it, like he straight turned down mad roles. Him and Will Smith, they turn down roles all the time because it just doesn't fit what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that so
Yeah.
much, man.
You
And
know
another
who else
person,
does
too,
that? You know who else does that? Angela Bassett, and she speaks very, very, very highly about that. She said, "I'm always gonna play a strong black woman. I
That's
will never
dope.
play nothing that's weak. I never play a weak character. I turned down so many roles. Do you understand how many more times you would have seen me on the screen if I would have taken those weak roles? But I'm a strong black woman, and I will do that until the day I die."
That's
So
how
that
you make a
so that
statement,
means
dog. That's dope.
so that means that that's who she is.
Yeah.
She's never gonna play a role that she's not.
Yeah.
And you see that in every movie. I mean, shit. Waiting to Exhale. She ain't play no games. Lit that cigarette on that bitch.
Okay.
Yeah,
She
you
ain't
see,
play
you
no
see,
games.
y'all see the differences between like Denzel and Will and Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson's in everything because he
Yeah.
don't turn down shit.
Right.
That nigga's about I'm trying to get my money.
Right.
But them, they're like, nah, I stand for this.
But
I'm
that
not
goes
gonna-
to say you can be okay with something not being for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what the amount of money it is. Don't cost me who I am. Like, this is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. So I'm not going to take this. No.
Facts.
That's
Facts,
it.
Facts.
That's dope. Big up to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think we skipped all the way. We didn't even talk a double standard once. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
right?
you know,
Use double
can I say
standard
something
in.
about the double standard? I think the double standard, too, I don't know if this makes sense, but I know, like, guys and girls, you know, girls will be like, oh, you know, I'm looking for a dude that's 6 feet, you know, has a beard, has all of this,
Yep,
or whatever
yep.
the case may be. And then if he says what he's looking for, you give him
And that's his exact
like
question is
it's-
why is that
so,
okay? Why can that
so
happen?
for me, I feel like I don't know how to present it because I don't know if I like what I like.
And so do we. That's what
So
we're trying to get at.
I get it. I like what I like, but that does not mean that I'm not gonna like you. Because
okay.
if that makes sense, because
It makes
like,
sense. It does, yeah.
I don't know, like you could do something that could just be like, yo, I don't normally go
Go
for
for
a
this?
dude like
Right,
you,
right.
but I don't know what it is, but I like you. You know what I mean? So it's just like I don't think that's that's where I just got to be like, bitch, you like the nigga, just fuck it, like
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it is. So I think for me me personally, I'm looking at it like, yo, I like him. And you know them standards gonna have to stay somewhere else right now because I like him.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But I do see women do it a lot. But you don't bring nothing like how would I say it? You like him, you want him to do this and you want him to do that. But then the dudes that you be wanting to like don't go for women like you or some shit.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
how to
You don't know how to like word
say,
it.
word
It's and I feel like
But-
can we agree that too that the women's list is always longer than what the guys is?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Wow, y'all making this
And
real
it's-
easy.
It's no, but you know what though? It is easy when you're keeping it 100 because like at the end of the day, it's just like I like I said, I like what I like, but I'm willing to make that exception.
Yeah.
Because if you're that good, I'm going to make that exception.
That's true.
So like but some people don't. They just be like, I like what I like. You don't have that. Next. But then when a dude comes to you and be like, I like what I like, you're not that. Next, you get mad.
When people always say like I like this, I like that, especially when they say stuff that it absolutely has to be that way, and that can change at any time. Like, oh, he has to have a beard, oh, he have to have dreads or stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you want to put a cap on like what you can find?
Yeah.
Like, You know what I'm
On the
saying?
outward appearance. To
Yeah.
me, like it's never like the physical thing that I would be like, I like what I like and that's it. It's to me, it's personality, it's morals, it's the mental, it's like the heart, it's what you care about, what like if you're religious, if you're spiritual, those are the things that I say I like what I like and that's it.
Yeah, and that's how it should be.
But that's
nothing
it.
Nothing
Like,
that you can physically
nothing that's gonna
easily,
change,
dog. You know
'cause,
what I'm
like,
saying?
But again, like I said,
Time.
I'm open to, because everybody really kind of has their preference.
That's
But
true.
then it's just like, yo, I can, like, I could be with this person. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to necessarily just be like, oh, I don't, everybody likes what they like. But then, it's just like when it comes to it, like that, what you might marry might be the total opposite of what you liked.
True.
So it's just like, but the double standard part is very much, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Especially with like
And you get attacked, McNeil. You do.
I know.
You do.
I
I
know.
see it on Facebook all the. Sometimes I be wanting to comment, but I'm like, I'm not about to fight with
And
one
the thing,
of his.
that's one thing. And I got inboxed plenty of times, but they be like, McNeil, I feel you, but I don't feel like dealing with bitches today. Like I don't feel like rashing
Yeah.
other bitches.
Oh, I need
today.
to follow you
Yeah.
because I'm always ready to clap back.
Yeah.
You're gonna be working hard. If you
Yeah.
follow him, you're gonna
Yeah,
be
because
like,
sometimes I just be
I'm
like,
always ready to clap
And
back.
sometimes I want to call you out on your shit
Yeah,
too.
I know I say wild
because
shit
I be
sometimes.
like, hold up. What, McNeil? No. I'll even come in and I tell him, I'll be like, did you see what McNeil posted today?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and stuff like, I'm being real because,
you know,
like I can't, like whatever. But it's just
okay.
like,
He's like that,
sometimes
too.
I just be like, I don't know these girls that follow him or whatever. And I ain't finna
And you see, they be ready to take heads off. You see
yeah,
that?
they
Like,
do.
be-
And I be ready to take heads off
Yeah,
too. So
okay.
that's why, but I'm really ready to take
Yeah,
heads
I
off.
believe-
So then I just be like, I'm not going to have this
Go
Facebook
that,
fight
yeah.
with
the
you.
attackers that attack you when you say certain shit.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them are your friends on the book.
To attack.
Not
They
to
don't
attack,
personally know you.
Not to attack because they saw him, they was feeling him, they friend requested him, and then they peep like, oh shit, this nigga is wild. Now they're mad like he don't like shit about me, so now they're attacking him.
Yo,
When
yeah,
they
you know,
win,
you know, it's real,
You do
know that's
have a
true?
lot of-
because a couple of them that are attacking me tried to get at me.
Yeah.
and I just
Yeah.
was like,
I'm
nah.
sure.
I don't remember the chick's name, but I remember you had told me like I never met her in my life.
Yeah,
And she be coming at me, and then now she's one of the biggest you ain't shit type. I'm like, I remember this name. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. So
Bitter Betty.
I have one other thing that about my subject about my about my subject that I want to ask. I think it's kind of so. If a woman wants a man to be a provider, right? That's one thing you see a lot. Like, I want my man to be a provider, but at the same time, they're like, "Oh, I'm a feminist and I don't need a man for shit." I just don't know how them two can coexist.
It
Like,
absolutely can.
how can you?
They can, though. They can
still
coexist.
like, oh, like I don't want a man to do anything, but I still want him to be a provider. Still,
It shouldn't be want. I don't need a man for anything.
right?
But when that man comes,
Yeah,
she don't need you.
right.
But that's good for you to be coming in. Y'all deciding what y'all doing, and she lets you lead.
Right, right.
But she don't need you.
Yeah.
No, a woman should never need the man. A man should never need the woman.
Right.
She don't need you, but she can. Like, I can do this on my own. I'm choosing to do it with you, and I'm choosing to let you.
Yeah. So
Like,
you're right.
lead the way.
Lead
I'll be
the
the
way.
foundation of this. You know.
Yeah.
I don't need you. I want you.
Yeah.
It's like you're not a need, because you have to be complete as an individual.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You don't need any of that. But I want you. I want you to lead the way. I want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want that. So it's like sometimes I think with women, it's more so like, yeah, I know I got to do what I got to do for myself, but I also want you to be there to assist.
Yeah.
Not as far as like, it has to be financial or anything. I want that man. You know what I mean? Like, I want that. I want you to, like, I don't know if it's to be my equal or to be like, I don't know. It's just, I need you. I don't need you, but I want you. That's just
It's
how
definitely
I
I
look
don't.
at it.
It's definitely I don't need you, but I want you, because it's like we're already strong. If you're strong and you created your own foundation on your own, you're already a strong individual.
Right.
You already have your head on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's perfect. You have things that you got to work on, whatever. But you already have that strong foundation by yourself. However, it feels good to have somebody else be strong with you,
Yes.
or sometimes when you fall short, to be strong for you.
Yes.
And that's what
And things
I think
happen.
people need.
You
I
need
think
that.
that's what it is.
I think a lot of us are, at least men, like we're fighting with like 1950 1950s type of lifestyle with this new age. Like we're still holding on to how things was then. Like as in like man was a provider and the women were, you know, not really working too much. They were like the motherly, you know, take care of the children, not really working. I feel like a lot of men, we still want to hold on to that, but still want our women to still do a little something, but not as crazy as they're going now. If that makes sense.
When you say like the 50s, right?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Like 50s as in like the man was like the sole provider alone. Like he did majority of like he was the breadwinner. The woman wasn't working too much. If they did, they had like a little job in like sewing or something like that. But the man was the main money, you know, money cow, cash cow. And the woman was like, you know, the house, the old housewife.
Yeah.
You know, I think like we're still holding on to that type of thing.
I think on both sides, it's being held onto. But they like there's a little twist that they want in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we want to be sole providers and shit or whatever, but then you know what I'm saying? We're doing all types of other shit to make it not like desirable from the women to be like, okay, I would stay home. Like the way we're moving is like, why would I stay home for this guy?
Yeah.
Like the way you're moving is whack.
Yeah.
And back
You know
in the
what I'm
50s, men was bringing home the money and other kids. They were bringing outside kids into it too.
Yeah, I heard
Because,
about
like,
that. So like I know
so
they were all
they-
the best.
there was a lot going on
Yeah,
in the
I heard they weren't the
50s.
best. I know for a fact because my grandfather was on some shit, and they had 9 kids with my grandmother, and then had a whole another set of 9.
Yeah.
You know,
So I
Yeah,
know,
so
I know it was. On
it's a
some,
lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that going on back in the day, and we were just talking about this yesterday
Yeah.
about how like marriages were back in the day, and how you've seen a lot of it. Like the families were broken, but you never saw that because no matter what, you're my wife, I'm your husband. I pay the bills, I do this, and yeah, I may bring home a couple of kids. You're gonna take care of those kids too, and all of that.
Yeah, I know women back then wish they were in this time because they would have been like, fuck that.
Well, back in the day, women was slick too because I remember I watched, I forgot the name of the comedian, but he had put me on to certain shit, and it was like, yo, men used to cheat on their women, whatever, right? And it was like, yo, the way most of the women end up getting their man back, he's like, if you ever peep, like they do the family, there's like 7 kids. One of the kids don't look like none of them. That's her payback. You know what I'm saying?
She cheated
Like,
on him.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
cheated on him. Now he got to look at this kid every day. But you see, back then, it was way more toxic shit going on in the household that you couldn't even. It's like there's no breaking up. You know what I'm saying? Like if he wants to whoop her ass, he wants to do whatever.
Yeah.
There's no breaking
Definitely
up.
was like,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like there's some shit that we could leave back there. You
What
know
was
I'm
that
saying?
show that we used to watch? Underground? Was it Underground?
The slavery joint?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever saw that?
No.
You could see a lot of what we're talking about in that show.
Like it was
In
crazy
Underground.
back in the day. Some of the stuff is cool, like wanting to be a family and like there's leadership in the family and there's always rules in the family. Like the woman's the foundation. Like we can't move correctly if a woman's not correct. Dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's cool if you want to be like, yo, I want to be the head of the household, but you have to make moves that way. You know what I'm saying? It's cool if she's like, I want my man to provide, or whatever. But I used to see a lot of people, like women, say, I want my, like, if we get a place together, he has to pay the bills. She still wants to work and gather money, like, so what do you do with your money? Whatever I want. That's not cool.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
You have to be, if you want it this way, there's rules that come with that. You can't just, so your money, if your money shouldn't be touched either. Your money should be being safe for the both of us in case something happens or whatever. You shouldn't be getting to do shopping sprees and, you know what I'm saying, doing all types of high maintenance shit because I'm breaking my back to pay the bills for your crib that we live in and you're not contributing. Or they'll say shit like, oh, I pay the cable.
Yeah.
We don't need to fucking watch TV, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you could pay the cable, you could give me money for the rent. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? If we're gonna be me providing, your money is staying in the bank.
Yeah.
And like we're gonna use it the way we're supposed to. Like we should be able to have both of us have a say on the money. It don't matter if you went to make it or I went to make it, though. You know what I'm saying? We should both have a agreement on how we moving with the money. Not just I make money like she's like, oh, I go to work every day to make money for me and you go to work every day
to pay the
make
bills.
money for us.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of shorties say that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, most of them are still single. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, you're probably going to stay single with that type of mentality.
Mentality,
dog.
yeah.
And the dudes too. If you want to be a provider, but you don't want to do it the proper way, you're going to stay single too, dog. Like,
Yeah.
you got to... Like,
That-
you gotta leave
that
certain
meant-
shit back in the day.
Yeah.
That I'm
Yeah,
in my bag, I'm in his bag
Yeah.
too mentality.
One thing I could say though for women though, I noticed this batch of bachelors aren't the best, and I can say that from what I see. Like, you know, it's tough for a woman to like want to do that, but the guys that she has, her pickings is not really that good. Like it's not where it used to be. So I can feel that. I can admit to that. Like I see it every day. I see it all the time. So
And too, like I think nowadays too, like now more than ever, you see a lot of women making more money than men.
yeah,
And
it's going up. Like the rates
Yeah.
is going up. Like
Yeah, and
even
then-
education too. Like they're getting their degrees way more than men are now. So all that's going up.
yep, and then men are having a hard time with that too, because
Yeah, I
they're having
definitely.
a hard time with that too. So you see that a lot now, and some women. So I wanted to say this about like some women. I feel like a lot of times I've seen this a lot where women belittle men a lot too, and that shit bothers me. That they do, you know what I mean? Because like even if you make more money than him, or you're the person that pays majority of the bills because he can't, you know, afford to pay all of the bills or whatever the case may be or whatever. And if you're gonna like speak to him like he ain't shit, I believe that you need to be by yourself.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So you know you could do that.
Like, you know,
Because-
the show Being Mary Jane.
Yeah, she's one of them.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union. So her role, I can't say that's how she is personally, but she done played so many of those roles. Like she's, you know, like even in Daddy's Little Girls, when she was in Daddy's Little Girls, and I'm watching how she's treating him because she don't want, and like how her friend like saw her at
friend-
the
her friend was an
aquarium
asshole,
with,
man.
and she didn't even address him because she's like,
Yeah.
oh, the driver, like you're gonna lay down your standards because you want to be with the driver, and like it's just like it doesn't matter what he's doing, he's working.
But see, that goes to
That's
show.
the-
Remember I said earlier about a successful woman, it's hard for them to go down.
Right.
Remember I said that earlier. That's a perfect example of what I
But
was
then
talking
that's
about.
where but you know what it is, yes, they will never go down, but they'll never find that real person.
Yeah.
Because too, like when you look at women doing that, or they like, you know, they talk down on men, they be like, oh, I would never date a bus driver, I'll never date a man that, you know, he's doing this, or he's working at Burger King, or whatever he's doing. You don't know his situation. He's working though. So that's all that matters, is that he's working. That doesn't make him less of a man. That doesn't make him less of a person, period. Like that doesn't mean that he can't treat you like you're like God's gift.
Yeah.
Like that
this
does
is
that,
my thing with that though. Like seriously, if you're gonna be with that person and you know that there's a pay gap and you know you get paid more money and you want to say that it's not an issue, it's clearly an issue if it's gonna come out in your communication. If you're
Yeah.
gonna belittle that person and you're gonna sit there and speak to
Yep.
them as if they're less than human, that's you don't need to speak to anybody like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Right.
feel that strongly about it, then don't be in that situation with
yes.
that person. Go
Yes.
find somebody.
Don't
to match
stay
you.
with him just because the dick is good.
For
Because
real.
just because he could give you, because there's a lot of women that do it.
That's
They
there's only one word for that. And that's
and
toxic.
Yeah,
That's
they
all
pick
that
and
is.
choose.
real.
Like you pick and choose how you gonna fuck with him.
Yeah.
Like he got good dick,
This
but
is
he
a
don't
good
got
segue.
that. He don't have that good money. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna fuck with him and shit. You know what I mean? And get what I could get from him.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
So
You can't
speaking
do
of,
that.
Staying with him because the dick is good. Maybe that could be why the next question is, why do dudes think sex fixes everything?
Yeah, because sometimes dudes will be like, yo, if I sling this dick, you know, she gonna take it. But then it's just like,
I'm gonna be
you know,
honest.
I want to hear your opinion.
What all it does, it just delays the argument. That's it. It just delays it for like a day, maybe a week, and then that same issue will come up again. That's all
Yeah.
it is. It just delays it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're just like, you know, what is it? Putting cologne on stink. You're just like, the smell's still gonna come, but
Yeah.
you know, for the moment, you're gonna
Yeah,
be
that's all
alright.
it is. It's distraction. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I mean, like, it's just, yeah.
That's
but
all it is, man. Just a
I feel like
distraction.
the whole thing about you staying because the sex thing. What's the question?
Why do
again?
men think sex fixes everything? But the segue from before was, I'ma stay because the dick's good, right? So it's like they go together.
They do.
If you
Right.
stay because the dick good, he knows that.
Yeah.
So I'ma have
He's
sex
gonna-
with you to fix everything.
And
Yep.
you know how you know that is when y'all argue and she be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go over there because I already know what's gonna happen, and then we're gonna have sex, and then we're gonna forget about everything." That happens.
I think we've all had that
Yeah.
moment. I've had
Yeah.
that moment. I think we've
Yeah,
all
that's-
had
that's
that
how-
moment.
that's how
where
you
it's
know
like,
that
yeah.
they're just there. The
But
sex
then
is-
it's just like
I
after.
can say I never had that moment because if I'm tight, I don't want to eat. I don't want to fuck.
That's
I don't want to
true.
look at you. I'm fucking
That's true.
good.
Yeah.
You will not. you
Like we
cannot-
had a big ass argument. This nigga, I cooked
Listen.
and everything. This nigga didn't eat.
I cannot eat if I'm mad.
I was like,
if I'm
yeah.
mad, like really upset,
Yeah.
I cannot eat.
And
I
honestly,
cannot do
on
nothing
my-
pleasurable.
Yeah.
On
I'm tight,
mine,
though.
sex will not fix it.
Listen,
Yeah.
No, we got to talk. If we can't talk,
I'm not fucking you if we can't talk. No, we need to.
No, we ain't finna be like Keisha on Belly.
because this shit ain't gonna turn on. The faucet is gonna be gone. It's just
Yeah.
off. It's
Like
off.
I don't even find you desirable when
I
I'm
can't
mad.
look
I
at
can't
you.
even
Yeah.
look at you. Like it's just like I can't. No, I need to be away from you. I need you to be in your own space and me to be in my own space. I don't even want to talk to you on the phone. So how you gonna get me over to fuck me? I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So it's just
don't-
like, nah. And it is, we have to have a conversation. Maybe the sex will come a little bit later or after, like way after.
It depends on how mad I am. Because even
Yeah.
after we have a conversation, I still be tight.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
be tight.
Even after apologies, I still be tight.
you be like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like,
Yeah.
You need some time to cool
You
off.
have the right to be tight for as long
Yeah.
as you want.
Yeah.
Even if you
And
accept
sex
an
ain't gonna
apology,
make
you
it-
can be like,
But
I
people
am still
think that.
upset about
See,
that.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of people think because you accept the apology that you're supposed to feel all.
Yeah.
good.
No, it's not a
I'm
light
still
switch.
pissed.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
it's not a
accept
light
your
switch.
apology,
I
but
definitely
give
was
me
at
a
fault with
second.
It's like saying I accept your apology means I'm not gonna steal on you now.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
exactly.
what that means.
We came to that
It
understanding
means I ain't
that
gonna
I'm
break
not
everything in this
steal on
fucking
you.
house right now.
Yeah.
That's
now
that
I'm
means.
still tight. But,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, and like even from watching movies and everything, the best sex to them is makeup sex.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you saying as a woman like, yo, makeup sex is the best sex, that's gonna light my head up like,
Yeah. Let me
sex
start an
about to
argument.
fix this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, not even let me start an argument. But
That's
if
how
she-
Marcus was.
if she's mad-
think like, would not think like a man. Why did I get married
Why
too?
did I get married
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to. He didn't want to give her the password to his phone, and he was like, you want the password, and then he went and had sex with her, and then she was like, but then she woke up wanting the fucking password still after they had sex. You know, so sex doesn't fix anything.
Yeah, it really does.
If anything,
It delays it.
It's
It
yeah,
delays the
it
argument.
delays
yeah.
the
Like
issue,
if
yeah.
y'all don't argue now, y'all gonna get to it. Cause then she gonna be like, yo, you remember when? Or we need to talk.
Yeah.
Or all of that. That's
And
where.
one thing I know, women do not forget shit.
Listen,
No, we don't.
We got memories of an elephant.
Yes.
Y'all
Okay.
do not forget shit.
Yes.
Every little detail. Oh,
Every
you
little
said it was a
facts on
blue. You
facts
said it
on
was a
facts.
blue shirt. Now it was a green shirt. Okay, see now you was lying because
Yeah.
you probably wasn't with Marcus. You was
And
probably
y'all
with-
know how to trick us too.
Yeah,
Y'all
manipulate.
know how to trick us. Y'all be like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, trying to. No.
I knew it was real from my mother. That's the first person, the first woman I've seen it. Cause I would lie about some shit, and she'll literally wait 2 weeks later, ask the same shit.
Yep.
See if I
It's the
see if I get the
same
same answer.
same
or not.
answer.
I can see your mom now.
Yeah, exactly.
You
You know,
lying,
and you know, man. And so I was like, wow. Once I seen that, I was like, yeah, women. That's like a superpower type
It is.
shit.
It
is.
is. We don't play that shit.
It
Like,
is.
nah, you're lying.
It could be some shit from 5-6 years ago.
Yup.
Facts, bro.
And then they remember. You have absolutely
No
no
idea.
idea. What
Y'all
the
think we
fuck
be
they-
lying when
they're
you
like,
saying
I
that.
don't
We really
remember-
don't be know.
I
Like,
don't
we like, I
remember
don't
that
remember.
shit.
That's the truth. We
They're
really
like,
don't
oh,
remember.
now you don't remember. Like, yo, that was 8 years
And not
ago.
only that, not only that, it brings up more shit too.
Yep.
So like it's like we're like mental. We have a mental
Check.
like a mental like notes. We take mental notes and shit. Like, I'm not gonna address this right now. I'm gonna address it at the right time. I'm not gonna address it right now. And then when we address something that's similar to what happened, then we'll be like, and you know, and then we add on. And you're like, yo, so you're gonna tell me, like, we've had arguments about like stuff that's happened in the past or whatever like that or whatever. It don't matter what it is. If it was during me, it's a fucking argument. That's it. It doesn't matter how long ago it happened. It was during the time that we were together. That's where my concern is.
Right.
So it's just like, I'm gonna make you remember. Just so I'm gonna pull up the facts. I'm gonna make sure that you know that I know. So now we're gonna have the discussion, and you're gonna tell me where you was at this time, like at this time and moment while we was together.
Yeah.
What was going on in your mind? What was you on thinking that was okay?
Right.
I mean, women are just
Out of control.
Yeah. And then too, also about like, it be killing me because like, how you gonna be like trying to give somebody some dick? How you gonna be trying to give somebody some dick and they don't even like you at that moment? Like, if you don't sit your ass down, you simple. Y'all, because I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to tell you, like, you piss me off. They want to be like,
that's a little disrespectful.
And then you get mad when we don't want to take the dick.
But you shouldn't want to. I feel like it's disrespectful to try to delay something with sex. Like, oh, it's basically shut the fuck up.
It's dismissive.
So it's like, you don't respect me enough to fix this issue.
Right now.
You just want to fucking fuck and be like, forget about it.
And at times, sometimes I feel like they don't even really be wanting to fuck. They just do it so they can shut you up.
Yeah, it's really shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Or like I said, just to buy some time.
Yep.
That's really, it's a buy some time type shit.
Yeah, so nah, that don't fix shit. I don't want you to know. Get out my face. I need you to listen to what I'm trying to say. All right. If you have to at least hear me out though.
Right.
Like, because if you're not willing to at least hear me out, you can't touch me. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't try to be like, oh, come here, baby. Yeah. Like, nah, come on, back up. Because I might swing on you. Like, back up because you pissed me off.
Yeah, because at that moment I feel like you know absolutely what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Right.
And you just don't give a fuck. That's it.
Stop.
You just don't care.
It's just one of the millions of forms of manipulation. That's it. That's all. It's just another gateway to it. That's it. Manipulate. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move to the final one. This is the one I wanted to talk about the most. I've seen posts, especially from Neil, about it too. So I definitely want to talk about that one. But the famous body count.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
The body count.
I will opt out of this. I'm just kidding.
I think it ties into almost everything we talked about with like double standards and the way certain people think about other people and shit like that. So the body count, for people who don't know, you probably was under a rock if you don't know, but the body count is like how many people you've had sex with. You know what I'm saying? So does someone's body count matter if you're getting like if you're interested in the person and you're like, yo, I feel like being around them, being with them would be something dope for me. Is the body count something that you need to know? Is there a limit where it's like, yo, that is fucking disturbing, I can't fuck with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the body count important, period? Like, does it matter to you?
Okay, you going first?
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
No, I'm going first because this one I have to pull the reins on this one. So I feel like this is another thing with double standards because men love to do this shit.
Absolutely.
They'd be like, how many people you had sex with? And anything more than one person is too much. Okay? Anything more than one. If you're not a virgin, you a hoe. Okay? There's no in between. And I hate it because it's like, you really want me to tell you how many people I had sex with just for you to get yourself mad?
Right.
Like, it's either you gonna fuck with me or you're not gonna fuck with me. I don't need to tell you how many people I done fucked with. Like, that's so dumb. Like, so that question is not even a thing for me anymore. If I hear somebody's ask how many person you had sex with, I'm like, listen, I'm not doing it. And it's not even because I have like had sex with a million men. Absolutely not. No. But it's because it's like, if this is really gonna determine whether you fuck with me or not, then I just don't want you to fuck with me because that's stupid. Like, I think that's dumb. I don't want to know your body count. I don't give a fuck who you fuck. I don't care as long as it's not someone that's in my direct circle. Because I don't care, because then it's not awkward. Because you got to think about it. I'm 30, so if I'm meeting somebody and I'm dating them, and they mess with somebody in my inner circle, we're working on marriage. So we got to go get married, and now that person's going to be at the wedding. That's awkward.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah.
But
with
other
you.
than that, I don't.
agree.
Right.
I don't
And
care.
sometimes people are not honest about that, and then it presents itself when you're way deep, knee deep in the relationship.
Oh yeah, it's happened to me plenty
So
of times.
you know, it's just it's. I think that's when it matters. Like you said, I think that's when it matters. But for me, no, I don't care as long as that person is not in that immediate circle. I've said this to him because you know, like I know he had his way with the ladies before I came along. So
My guy
No.
T back in the day.
But nah, from the
he
jump,
acting like I don't know,
from
but
the
this is
jump-
somebody I've known
from
since the '90s.
From the jump,
Uh-huh.
we like it was no like I'm like I was wild. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's one of the first thing I told her I was wild before. You know what I'm saying? And she like I know.
I just wanted to.
Yeah.
My whole thing was like she said. I was just making sure it's not someone that's in the direct circle because
Yeah.
one thing is it's one thing for everybody to know, and then everybody because I have known of people that are close around us. So then I'm just like, okay, I just want to make sure that it's not like somebody that I have to be worried about or whatever the case may be, because if I have to be, I would rather not.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So it's just because that's too stressful for me because it's like, nigga, you fucked her and then you're in my face and then, you know, she's in our house and she's around us and all of that. That's when it matters. As far as like how many people you've been with, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
As long as it's not.
You could have been a
it's
fucking porn
not
star.
me.
I don't
as
care.
long as it's not during our time, I don't care.
And it's funny, like women, y'all really just strictly care about if it's not in my circle.
Yes.
It's us guys that really force it
With the
on
number.
the number thing.
Yes.
And I know for fact because I'm one of those guys, so I know.
But you know, like it's funny because I know like this is your thing. This is what you like to talk about. But a lot of the people that are concerned with that are the people that's had
hoes.
slept with a lot of people. And you know how they like to say like when you are a certain way, you automatically think everybody else is like that.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you worry about somebody's body count, that means you got them.
Yeah,
You got the bodies.
Yeah. Like
So,
she said, I put that out there to the girls.
It shouldn't be any different for you than it is for me. So whether or not I've had bodies and you've had bodies, which we've agreed that we both have bodies, it's just us now. As long as it's not anybody while we're together,
Right.
that's
Okay.
fine. And two, like I know how it is with that whole, when you were saying like, oh, there's like 6 women for one dude. So it's just like, you know, yeah, I might have dealt with him, but whatever the case may be, and that's not your friend, or you don't know them, or you don't chill with them, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. We had our time,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess you're not going to deal with me because I dealt with him just because you know him, and you're not friends with him, you don't have a personal relationship with him, you don't nothing, but you decide not to fuck with me because I slept with him, or you know someone I slept with, or whatever. Why does that matter if you're trying to talk to me?
Right.
Why does that matter?
So I'm gonna say I have a lot to say to it, but this is the one of the main ones that, of course, I've probably heard this before, but men and women, our psyche is not the same. As in, like we can we don't have to know her name. We literally, because I know I've done stuff with girls, I don't know their name, and we can get it in. Y'all have to build. Not saying that y'all have to love the nigga, but y'all have to build some type of some type of comfortability first before fucking someone, right? Is that fair to say? Or that's
No,
not fair to
because
say?
at the end of the day, you niggas build that comfortability.
So
Because
y'all
you gotta
be like,
tell
nah.
me, you gotta tell me all it is just so you can smash, nigga. If you trying to smash, it's either you're trying to smash or that's that.
I've done that too, and they still be like, nah, we have to at least know each other somewhat. I've been saying, like, I always tell girls, like, if girls that agree to be friends with benefits with me, or just like, oh, we're just gonna be just fucking, they be like, oh, I wanna at least get to know you. But I'm like, why build a bond if you know that this is what we're just gonna do? Just do it and then be off on our way. Because like, why build a bond first? That's what builds the attachment. I like him. Like, oh damn, I'm gonna be hurt if he leaves, because you're building a bond. So I just feel like if women gonna do that, be as cutthroat as a nigga is. Like, okay, we don't need to be talking like that.
There's some women that is absolutely that way. That is like, yo, if that's what you want, let me know. Like, I want to bust a nut too. But the thing that happens is, right, if we say, yo, Neil, you a hoe, what's the first thing you gonna say?
Wait, so I'm a hoe?
Like, you a hoe.
I'm like, okay.
Exactly. We don't allow shorties to say, I don't care if you call me a hoe. It doesn't work for us. You can say this nigga's a hoe, and he's gonna be like, all right, that's what's up.
Right.
But if a shorty say, all right, that's what's up, so many people's gonna keep on coming at her.
I feel
And
that.
why do I
that.
have to be a hoe after I let you fuck?
Right.
Because at the end of the day,
I hate
like,
niggas that do that.
I could let you fuck, but that don't mean I'm a hoe. I want to fuck you too.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's the choice that I made. That don't make me a hoe. The only thing that makes me a hoe is when I don't own it. I'm gonna own it because I let you smash. But I wanted to smash too.
Yeah.
So it's not like it wasn't all of you. It was me too.
Yeah, I don't like niggas that do that.
But
I feel that.
you're going to call women hoes because of how many niggas they fucked. Even if they're owning the fact that I fucked this much niggas.
That's something different for sure.
So that's where it gets kind of like weird.
I feel like it gets weird too because it's not necessarily the number too.
Right.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like it's not necessarily
We've
the number.
all
I feel
been with
like-
people.
Yeah, we all fucked. Like,
We all fucked.
We're grown.
We're grown.
We're adults.
Right,
Everyone's
right.
sucking
You know?
fucking licking and sticking.
Right.
Okay, but I'm talking about like what makes you a hoe is like the shit that you do, like how
Yeah.
you do your shit.
Yeah,
Like,
you sloppy.
you funny, like how you fucking smashing all these niggas in the house with your kids, like
Yeah.
how you fucking the father and the cousin,
Yeah.
how you fucking the brothers,
That's
how you fucking
hoish.
the homies, the whole crew, like
How you letting all
how-
these niggas run trains on you?
At that same time, if the dude did all this exact same shit, there's no flack.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You call
Yeah.
him a hoe, he don't care. You would never hear somebody call him a hoe again. If we call you a hoe and you say I don't care,
I'm the hoe till I die.
everybody's calling you
But,
a hoe now.
there's a reason why that's because why is it that norm? Because that had to start from somewhere.
But
and it could go way back from if we
My
talking Bible
question
time.
for you is, why does the number matter?
So this is what I like, and this like I legit have articles on it. There's been studies on it that like women who have too many partners have a hard time pair bonding, and pair bonding is basically like, all right, like she'll be with someone for a little bit, but then she'll get like bored or she'll miss what other people have done because that other person hasn't done that, so they can't really connect with someone because they've been with so many guys. And that's been studied. It's been scientifically proven. All that I have the stats. I can
So you
show
mean like sexually she wouldn't be happy with you because she's had better than you,
And
or maybe
not even
like,
sometimes better. It's just that she'll have a hard time bonding with that one person because she's been with so many because of how a woman's psyche is made up. Like I said, a guy's psyche is if you look into a guy won't fall in love too many times in his life. He probably might fall in love one time, maybe two. Women, like y'all, I feel like y'all love a little more than a guy would love people.
That's
So-
natural.
Right. So that case alone, that's why they're saying that you'll have a hard time pair bonding because you're pairing with too many, and it's like, okay, you'll have a hard time being with that one person for this long time because you've been.
Okay,
I'm familiar with that because they're trying to say that it desensitizes.
It pair bond. It's a hard time.
That's great. That's great what you said.
And if people
I
want to
watched
find
a
it out, I can
documentary
send
last
them.
Sunday about on Iona Fix My Life about like my computer teacher's son. He fathered 34 children, right? And he had 34 children. He has 17 baby mothers, so he had multiple children with. Pretty much, he's been having kids since he started having sex. So, and do you know what they say about men that do that sleep with multiple women and like
Probably
they
that's
just-
probably kind of the same thing I'm saying.
it is
Kind
the
of right.
same thing.
Yeah.
Because and then you're lacking something from sleeping with all of these women.
Yeah.
Because the boy told his mom, like, yo, I just can't be in my bed without someone. Like, I can't not have sex with someone.
Yeah. So
And
he's
she
never
was-
gonna be satisfied
so-
ever in his life. He's
right.
never gonna be satisfied.
And she's just trying to, like, figure out, like, where did he get that from? His father wasn't in his life. Well, his father died when he was like 3 or whatever. So he was out there looking for whatever he was looking for. So the same thing that you could say about women should be for y'all too. Because if it's pair bonding, it's the same thing like with you. Because, and not only that, to make matters worse, you don't got to know her name. There's an issue there.
Oh yeah, no, that's straight slore shit. That's whole shit to the highest.
But that's
for
something
sure.
that's within you. So at least we may be trying to get to know the nigga. You don't even need to know the name, and you're just having
this
sex
is okay.
with the person.
I have something to that because I knew y'all was gonna say that too. Like as men, our anatomy, we were meant to spread our seed. Like that's in our DNA. Like that can't be helped. Like we were meant to spread our seed. Women were meant to bear our seed, right? So just the mere fact that that's in our genetics to want to go out and spread our seed. That's from the Bible time. That's back studied and everything. That's just how we are.
But my thing is, why is that okay for you and not for them? That's where I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it, because it's like you have these stats, you have all of this studies, and you have all of that, but why is it okay for just you and it's not okay for women? You can sleep with whoever you want to do. You can sleep with Judy, Tiffany, Erica, Tamika, whoever you want. You can sleep with all these people.
Right.
But if I slept with Don, Harry, Jamal, Mike, Mark, all of that, it's a problem. Mm-hmm. And
exactly.
That's all I'm trying to. That's all.
That was crazy.
Wow, that's so funny, yo.
That was right on you.
I'm just dope.
Trying. No, because like I know that you say that, but I'm just trying to figure out where, because that's a double standard.
It is a double standard.
Yeah, it is a double standard.
It is, and therefore you have the double standard. So it's gonna go back to double standard. So why is it okay for you and it's not okay?
Like, and that's one thing that no one can answer that. Like, all men can never answer why is it okay. It's just, but everybody, but you just
McNeil,
feel something
you
inside.
You just said that you're not going to deal with a woman that has that many bodies, but you have many bodies, and you may have bodies that we don't even know about.
But I guess maybe it's because I can still pair bond with her though, because I'm a man. Like I'm not attached to the women I'm having sex with. I'm not attached with sex. But if I'm doing it with someone multiple times, or we're in a marriage, I can pair bond with her.
So then I have a question, because I noticed that a lot of guys, I noticed that a lot of guys will be like, I'm just smashing her. She's a friend. We do shit together. You have no intentions with her. Like, you don't see a future, nothing like that, but you're still smashing her. Why is that?
So basically asking how we can be friends.
Yeah.
And smash.
Yeah. And then after that, you might call her a hoe. So
that's corny. Like, I have never done that. Okay. But I don't know why guys would. I don't know if you want to chime in on this one, T, because I never done that. Like, if I'm a friend, and
that's sucker shit.
Yeah.
To then say she's a hoe, that's some sucker shit. But most of the time, dudes do that type of shit. Like, I'm smashing her. She's my friend. We do all this type of shit.
You do relationship stuff.
And they leave out the part that she better not talk to nobody else.
Right.
So they do all of that.
Double standard.
They're basically in a relationship without just putting a
title
stamp
on
of
it.
approval on it. They're in a relationship, but the fact that the stamp of approval is not there gives them the go ahead to go fuck with whoever they want. Right. But she better not. I find that to be some sucker shit too. Like, yo, if you're gonna go full throttle, you're gonna be what he said?
He said, what the fuck?
That's because of this podcast of me talking to you.
Is that what Sebastian?
Oh my God. This is one for the This is why we don't record with these fools in the crib, dog. Oh my goodness. I forgot what I said.
That's so funny, man.
You said that's sucker shit, and that, like, when guys do that, they leave out the part about that they
that she better not talk to.
That she better not talk to anybody.
It's a rope-a-dope. You know what I'm saying? And
to get what they want.
Yeah, and the woman by after a while, you gotta know you're getting rope-a-dope, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like at this point, you have to put your foot down.
And
like,
this is where it's holding
us accountable. Hold me accountable, dog.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not gonna hold myself accountable, which most of us as men, when we're doing that type of shit, we're not holding ourselves accountable, but we'll hold her accountable for every action she's done. But we don't have to hold ourselves accountable because there's no one else holding us accountable. And when they do, we say fuck it, and then that's that. If they say fuck it, we're gonna tell them every which way why they're still accountable, even if they own it up. We're gonna still tell them you fucked up for that. You're whack. We're gonna go at them, but nobody's gonna come at us, even if they should.
Yeah,
it's like
and like I said, like that's something like that. It's just so hard to answer. Like it is a double standard out there. I know for women, they feel it's not right. Yeah. It's like an equality thing. You know, that equality thing that always went back from back then. But it's just you just don't know how to answer it. Like it's just something that you just go
I
with,
think
man.
if as men we stop giving a fuck about that, like
The older you get.
No, there's dudes my age older that still give a fuck about a body count, which really don't make no sense because like we're super grown though. You know what I'm saying? But
He said, "Come on, dog."
but it's like, yo, why the fuck if we're not fucking them no more?
Yeah.
Why should I care?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I will never ask how much people you have sex with. You know what I'm saying? The only question is, are you fucking somebody now? Like, if we're not together, I'm not to know you. You fucking somebody? Like, you know what I'm saying? And not because I wanna see if I wanna stay with you or not. Because if you're already showing interest in me, you either about to dip on this dude or you're gonna tell me you can't fuck with me. That's the only way it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So if I'm asking you, like, are you sexually active with people now? You know what I'm saying? That's to find out if we get together, you're gonna stop that.
Yeah.
That's when you're gonna stop. And it's like if you are sexually active now, only thing I want to know is like, are you capable of having sex with me without me contracting anything? You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I care about. If you're gonna pass something to me that I don't deserve, you should let me know. But if how many people you fucked, I don't care.
Especially if you're going to agree on having a sexual relationship with somebody, because when you go to the doctor and you get STD tests or whatever, they ask you how many partners are you currently involved with.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? Have you been involved with 6 or more partners or some shit like that? I know they always have a number, but they always ask these questions. So it's like, I think in that aspect that it's okay for you to ask, especially if we're going to be okay with fucking each other and keeping it moving. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times now more than ever, people do not use protection.
More than ever.
So more than ever, they
man.
just sleep with people. They have babies. They just sleep with people. They don't even like nothing. Like, oh, a female. There's women who think that, oh, I have, like I'm on birth control. So that doesn't stop you from contracting STDs. That doesn't stop you. That doesn't even stop you from getting pregnant. So it's just like if you're saying that as far as body count or whatever, like currently, then that matters. But as far as like how many people the person's been with, if you're trying to get to know them and be in a relationship with them, I think that's too much. Because you shouldn't worry about it. Because if you're gonna be that nigga, you shouldn't be worrying about nobody from
absolutely.
her past.
I feel
and
that.
that's where I feel like that whole thing could be like, that's kind of like an unrealistic expectation, because you're not. If she ain't a virgin, dog, she fucked.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, she fucked, and so did you, and that shouldn't be your worry.
I think dudes have a problem, especially like hearing how Boston dudes talk. You know what I'm saying? I know it's probably the same way in other states, but here dudes be like, I don't want for niggas to come and be dapping me up like, yo, I fucked your shorty before. You know what I'm saying?
It's a respect thing.
Yeah, and it's like, man, if that's not your partner, it don't matter if you fuck this. She don't want it no more.
It's tough.
It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But a dude he would try to, like, yeah, I fucked the dog, so it's like she ain't shit because I fucked her too. Like, you fucking with her, but he's only really mad because she don't fuck with him no more.
No
You know what I'm saying? And shorties do that too. Like, oh, that's your man. Like, oh, he tried to do this or he tried to talk to me or whatever. They only say that shit because you don't fuck with them no more.
Yeah, that's that corny
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? Stop being corny.
Yeah.
Stop being salty.
It
They don't
matter.
have
Yeah,
that.
it
They don't
matter.
have that power anymore, so they can't.
So they want to make you mad.
Yeah, they want to make
Like,
you
oh,
mad.
I hit that. Cool, I'm hitting it now.
And not
know
for
what I'm saying?
nothing, like that really doesn't make you a hoe if you fucked mad niggas. Like, even if
how
you
you
fucked
do your
mad,
shit.
it's how you do it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean like. And two, you gotta know, like, you can meet a woman, right? You never know at what point of their life that you're meeting them.
Yeah.
They could have been wilding out before, and now they're people change.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Or
Absolutely,
you could have
absolutely.
met a girl that was never wilding out, and she was
Yeah.
always a faithful girl, and then someone turned her cold.
Yep.
And then she started wilding out.
People
but
have
you met her when
reasons.
she was wilding out.
Yeah, they
you know?
have reasons, and it's just like, I don't need to explain to you, as long as we're on this journey together. Like, I'm trying to rock with you and you're trying to rock with me. Like, the thing with me is, like, if I'm in a relationship, and he could tell you, like, when I first started talking to him, I said, is there anybody that's you're talking to right now at this current moment? Because I want to make sure I'm not stepping on nobody's toes. I don't want no drama and all of that. And that was my yes or no right there. So it's like this: if I'm fucking with somebody, okay, I'm good on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not every female says that. They might just be like, okay, so what's the situation or whatever. And, you know, they try to maneuver their way because they think like it's going to change or, you know what I mean? That's just like, you know, that whole insanity thing or whatever. But
Yeah, that falling so.
I just feel like I'm going to ask. And and you have, the thing is with women, and I think we always forget this, we don't ask the right questions. We only ask shit that we want to know, like right at the moment, like pertaining to us, but we don't ask the right questions.
Not those
And
deep
niggas
questions.
will not offer up the truth.
Nope, 'cause
So
then
it's
they-
just like, you got some niggas that be like, yo, honestly, I'm married and this is what's happening. I sleep on the couch. I don't believe that, but you know, like certain stuff like that or whatever like that. But a bitch like me gonna do my research. So I'm not falling for that shit, especially at my age and I'm already, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like sometimes if you're, whatever relationship you're trying to have, it's always best that you're honest with that person.
Absolutely, and I believe in that.
Because you have to be honest. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the last thing you want is for somebody else to tell you some shit about your person that you should already know.
And that hurts the most.
That-
That
So-
hurts the most. That hurts the most.
So that's all it is. It's just like, yo, you know, like, oh, I used to talk to her. Yeah, nigga, I know. You used to. Okay. That's it. Okay, he tried to get to me. He tried to get with me. He got in my DM. Okay, you should have stayed talking to him then. He's with me now
Yeah.
or whatever. Cause you know, like, this is the worst part about dating is like, you always got a bitch with a story and you always got a nigga with a story.
Everybody comes
A lot
with
of
a story. Everybody
times
comes with a story.
a girl will not lie about if she fucked him, but a nigga will. He'll say he smashed and he didn't.
Well, girls lie because we had a situation where the fucking broad straight lied, dog.
Oh yeah, she said that she
She
smashed
straight
him.
told motherfuckers that she smashed me.
Yeah.
And she know for a fucking fact I would not smash her with my homie's dick. she tried to make it up and then
Yeah.
she lied. Her lie was so elaborate.
She made my
and fucked
whole-
up that she knew it was a lie because she like, oh, he copped a hotel and nigga, I don't cop hotels. I
He's
would never
cheap.
fucking do that.
First of all, my nigga is cheap. So if you're gonna tell me he got a hotel for y'all to smash, he could just tell you come to my mom's crib.
Yeah.
Nah.
At that time, I had my own. Me and Nas was living together.
Okay.
Why the fuck would I cop a hotel when I got?
makes
She was
zero
just
sense.
mad
Makes
because
sense.
she
But I got
seen
my
that
own
my
crib.
last name was Carrington. That's why she was mad. Because she knew who I was right from the jump. And because you know what, how she knew? Because when I started dating him, she was one of the bitches liking the pictures that we was
It's
posting
always them.
together.
It's always those ones.
So it's
Always
like,
those ones.
you know, it's
That was
always
trying to be cute. That's
yeah,
why.
it's
always
always
those
them.
ones.
And the thing the thing that a lot of females fail to realize is not every nigga is a friendly nigga. I know my nigga, so he ain't friendly. And one thing he's gonna do is he will snitch on you.
It's embarrassing.
He will
It's not
snitch on
really
you.
his exposure. I'll expose you.
Yeah, like
When she
you
told
know-
me, I'm gonna come to your job right now.
Yeah,
so
so
she
it's-
could say that in front of me
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she's lying like a hoe.
Yeah.
Like I'm not feeling that.
Yeah.
So
She's like, she lying like
she
a
was
hoe.
at
she told me don't
she
do it,
was
so I
at
never
my
went.
job. Like I literally started the job and the bitch saw me. She saw me and then
Oh, the
she,
mad bitch.
Yes.
Oh.
She saw me and it's like her panties got in a bungee real quick when she saw me because you know it's all about like first of all you're talking to me, I don't know which eye's looking at me because you're ugly as fuck and you're cross-eyed, so you're looking at me but you so worried about me, you're doing so much, it don't matter, no amount of makeup, no amount, you're ugly. And you know what, my nigga told me you was ugly. He met you off the party line. Like he saw that you was busted.
Yeah.
So he wasn't bagging you. It's okay. You're mad. I get it. But don't do that. Don't be extra. Like she made my life a living hell there. Okay. And that to the fact that they had to, when I went to my other site to work there, like I guess she's cool with other people from there. So she even told him about the shit was, it's the length that you went. Bitch, I should have just fucked you up. That's what I should have did. For all of that, for me to leave that fucking job, because I had to leave that job. It was just toxic.
Yeah.
But that's what it started with. That shit was
She straight
crazy.
lied on her shit. Like,
The
why would you
bitches
lie?
go through so length to lie on. Yeah, they do lie. Women do lie, especially when they ugly. They lie. They be like, your nigga tried to bag me, or your nigga was in my DM, or whatever the case may be. Honestly, you might have been showing some ass, and that's probably why he was in your DM. because niggas will fuck ugly bitches. It's true.
proven.
They will.
That's
That doesn't
scientific.
mean
We don't deny that.
that doesn't
scientific.
mean that does
that.
not mean that he'll wife you.
No.
But you know, like he might smash. You know
If
what
he's
I
throwing
mean?
a pussy.
Especially if she has a body and she's ugly, niggas are smashing.
That's-
Because
Yeah.
nowadays, a body is a face. to
Right.
niggas.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
yo,
like
when I
that.
was growing up, when
Yeah.
I was like 13, this dude said, "Pussy don't got no face, dog." And from then, niggas was moving like that. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
that's
you
a
don't
fact.
have, she don't have to
So,
look
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
But
man.
then you get wise, like, yo, it absolutely has a face, and it comes with an attitude, and it comes with fucking attachment, and it comes. You gotta stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And then it be them crazy bitches you done dumped in her now. Now she pregnant. Now she, you know, it's a lot that goes with, yo, let me tell you, it's a lot. But I will say that don't try to get with my man, bitch, because I have to fuck you up. Okay, that's mine. It's that's just what it is. No, I'm serious. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But because, you know, like, it's just girls like get a rise out of that. And two, I do want to bring this up because I feel like I should. You bitches gotta stop being okay with being a nigga's side chick.
Oh my God.
You gotta stop that shit. Because
Wait,
yo,
wait, do y'all?
what?
Do y'all need to stop?
No, they
He's like, hold on.
no,
hold your horses.
because you can't accept. Because first of all, you accepted it.
Right.
So if the nigga's at home with his bitch,
Let that nigga live.
let that nigga live. Because it's and then you don't gotta
I
be
think
throwing
the
hints.
side chick rules done changed. Back in the day, you was a side chick. You was fucking silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had
Now,
to be
now,
quiet.
now they hold
Now they-
ransom.
Now,
Now
yeah.
they
like,
hold ransom.
I'm your
They'll
second
blackmail
girlfriend type
you.
shit. Like, you need
They'll
to
do
Yeah.
all of that shit to tell
And
to
that's a
make
side
your
job for
girl
them
know
sometimes. Yeah,
to make
It's a
your
good
girl.
hustle.
But
It's a
you,
great
and
hustle,
it's
bro.
crazy because these chicks be really falling in love with these niggas, and then when the nigga don't like. Oh, I remember watching this. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was an episode on It was a show. It was called your coworker, something about your coworker being a real killer, and you didn't know that your coworker is a killer. And this dude was married, and he was sleeping with some girl at his job,
It's the worst, man.
and the
Don't-
girl killed his wife.
Oh, damn.
She shot his wife
So she could be with him.
so she could be with him. The shit is so real. Like, yo, you just don't understand when you playing with females' feelings like that.
Yeah,
Like,
listen.
if a nigga tell you he's in a relationship, dude, you cannot be okay with just being the bitch that he talked to just because he argued with his bitch. Even if he argued with his girl, he just argued with his girl. They're gonna get back together.
Yeah.
You're gonna see the pictures. You're gonna see all of that
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
gonna be mad because we know you're one of those people that sit behind the screen and look at everything. You know everything. You know every date. You know he's having a baby. You know everything. That's a full-time job.
Yeah.
You're invested.
Yo,
And
another
he's
thing
not
too,
even your man.
Another thing, niggas fall in love with side chicks too.
Yeah, they
I
do.
seen that happen plenty of
Oh,
times.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
when dudes fall in love, like straight leave the wife, go with the side chick.
And get played.
Always, it always happens.
And
like
get
that.
played.
My grandmother said,
Yep.
you lose them how you got them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's always been that's
Yeah,
common,
if you
man.
and two, you karma's a motherfucker.
It's
it
real.
can come at any time.
It's real.
So
It's
the same
real.
way you telling me like, yo, you know, I'm with my wife. You know, I'm not feeling her right now. Whatever the case may be, I want to get to know you or whatever the case may be, and then you know you end up with him. Then you never know. Like he might. You never know. Shit happens.
It's an illusion. They think it's greener over
He might
there.
go
Right.
somewhere else, and he'll meet another shorty, and then she takes him from you.
You said
So-
they think it's greener
They
over
think
there.
it's greener on that side.
Listen, the grass is green
Where
where you water it, and that's it.
Yep. That's
I
what
don't
it
need
is.
to be worried
like
about
that. I
nothing
like
So
that a lot.
it's
I
like
that.
it's just people look at it as though like, yo, I like what they have. I want him for myself. Nigga, don't look at what I have because you don't know what I had to
And you
go
don't know
through
what I
to
have to
keep
go
him.
through to get it, and
You don't even know what I have to go
You
through.
think it's all
so
good
you
now.
want my problems? You can have that. that's good because then I don't got to do no explaining. You could just take him and I could go. That's good. But you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, it's just like you got to want more for yourself. Because God ain't gonna bless you with somebody else's spouse.
Nope.
So if you think that that's what it is, then if you think that's what it, you know, that's what you need, or maybe you feel like you're looking at it like, yo, he's with the wrong shorty, he should be with me, then maybe you should.
Yeah.
But you know, like if well, my niggas off limits. So just inquiring my,
Yeah.
if you want to know, he's off limits. And if I want to give him to you, I will, but I'm not ready to. So yeah, and it took more than pussy to keep him here too.
Yeah.
So
especially when
because a lot of women think sex is the thing too. That's what a lot of women look at too. They be like, oh yeah, I could fuck better than her. I could do this or whatever. Don't get it twisted. Just because I'm a big girl don't mean I don't get it popping. And I get it popping everywhere in life, not just sex.
There you go.
Because you could be, your mouth is good, but that's it. Your mouth, your ass, your pussy might be good. That's it. He can't do nothing else with you.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That shit.
you got to think about
that
it like
shit,
that too.
like,
Because women feel like sex is the
that
sex
shit.
is
That
the
shit
thing
never
that
holds a
keeps
man,
it.
bro.
No,
Why do
never holds a man.
women really do that?
They
Like,
do. They
really
do.
think
They
that.
feel like, yo,
oh,
I could
my
pop a
pussy's
split.
this, and
I could do
I'm a
this. I
boss
could,
on this thing.
I got the knees like Megan. I could do this. So now I could do this, and this is what's gonna keep him. No. And
My grandmother always told me sex never keeps a man.
It really doesn't. Because
the
after a
reason
while-
why, and the reason why she says that is because it's a repetitive thing. You guys are gonna have sex, and it's gonna be a repetitive thing. Sometimes you're not gonna want it, and he's gonna get
that's what I'm
tired of
saying.
it.
That's
and
how
I gotta,
that's how
and
you know
I
you gotta bring
love
more.
you,
You have to
and
bring
I gotta
more.
love you when I don't want your sex.
Yeah,
I gotta love you when I don't want that. I wanna, you know what I mean? Like
I gotta love you when I don't want to love you. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's gonna be days when I don't want to love your ass either.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I'm gonna fall in love with you tons and tons of times. Like it's not
Yeah.
only gonna be like this day or that month or that year or whatever like that. It's just I feel like when people are in relationships, they just gotta keep it like renewing it.
You have
like
to.
you know what I mean. You gotta keep it fresh. You gotta do certain things. You can't do the same things all the time.
Keep that same energy when you was
Yeah.
dating me and you was trying to pursue me.
You know,
was trying to
like
swindle me
even
off my
now
feet,
we're
yo.
going on 6 years, and like
Damn, 6 already?
Yeah, 6 years, and then it's
together,
like
yeah. Long-
2
that's the
years
longest relationship I've
being
ever been in.
married,
Yeah.
6 years being together, and then it's like, damn, like I still be like excited to go on dates. I'm like, oh, I gotta order me something nice so I can look cute, and and I'm still trying to look good for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like do certain things or like do something different. Like this morning,
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta talk to you. And, I got nothing. You know what I mean?
I just woke up like
I was like,
a wrap.
I gotta talk to you. I was like, good morning. I gotta talk to you. And then you didn't hear no
And the first
talking.
thing I'm like, who fucked up now last night? Like, she about to tell me somebody was wilding
Who
dog.
I don't like. Who
Yeah.
can't come here no more.
I was like, she about to give me the tea. It was not tea.
But you just got like it's just I feel like it's how you are, and you keep it fresh or whatever the case may be, because a lot of people, there's a lot, when you're in a relationship, that's when you're under the most attack. I swear. When you're single, nobody wants you.
Crickets.
Yo.
And then as soon as you're in a relationship,
Nobody wants you.
When
man.
you're single,
nobody wants you. But as soon as you're in a relationship, and bitches be thinking like, like, oh, look at how he is. Yep, he got a beard. He's this, he's that, or try to show your ass for my man. No, honey.
Crazy. But
It's
I
not.
just,
crazy. I think not. When you're
I
single,
just
people
peeped the
want you,
time.
but it just be like,
so we're gonna have to wrap it up soon. 'Cause I just peeped the time. I
know.
know you got something to do, and
I know.
we still
But
gotta
this was
do.
good.
This was good.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to be, what I'm saying,
I
some
definitely will come
recurring
back. Please
guests,
invite
you
me
know what I
back.
mean?
Please
Yeah,
invite me
yeah.
back. And if anybody needs those articles of what I said, let me know.
oh yeah, because he got the facts. He's ready to set them to
So
you.
everybody that was tuning in, thank you for tuning in. But also don't forget, if you have any questions or you want to give feedback on today's episode or anything like that, you can email us on whatthefire@gmail.com, or you can send us a DM on WTF Potty on Instagram and WTF Potty
What is this? Instagram,
Facebook.
Facebook, F Party.
Yeah, WTF Potty on Facebook. You can send us a message, and let us know what you think.
And do we have a quote of the week, or we?
Do we have a quote of the week?
Yeah, the grass is green where you water it.
Hey, and we're gonna wrap this up, but me and Tiek will be back with the spotlight, and our guests Neil and Angela, they won't be here when we do the spotlight, but we're gonna do the spotlight after this, so stay tuned.
Yep.
All right.
What the Now that's fire.
Shit a dirty game. Got it out the mud, first we overcame the rain. All we ever wanted was the love and got the pain. This shit a dirty game. Well, this shit a dirty game. Got it out the mud, first we overcame the rain. All we ever wanted was the love and got the pain. Trying to get a clear view through Versace frames. We are not the same, but this shit a dirty game. Got it out the mud, first we overcame the rain. All we ever wanted was the love and got the pain. Trying to get a clear view through Versace frames. We are not the same, but this shit a dirty game. But this shit a dirty game. This shit a dirty game. All facts, dirty game. Hey, look. All I ever did was give my heart and my soul. Never cared about nobody, all they jocking the flow. But I be hearing all these suckers, they just talking it low. And that was full speed ahead, I ain't taking it slow. Boy, 1,000,000 miles in and got 1,000,000 to go. And I ain't stressing about these birds, I got my ducks in a row. They can't block on my shine, they ain't stopping the glow. Don't matter what they ask, who the fuck wanna know? I'll be alright. All I ever had really was them long nights. And that was couple thousand short stays in a long flight. Now you gotta understand it's what you call life. And it's what you call life. Shit a dirty game. Got it out the mud, first we overcame the rain. All we ever wanted was the love and got the pain. Trying to get a clear view through Versace frames. We are not the same, but this shit a dirty game. Got it out the mud, first we overcame the rain. All we ever wanted was the love and got the pain. Trying to get a clear view through Versace frames. We are not the same, but this shit a dirty game. But this shit a dirty game. But this shit a dirty game.
Now that's fire.
Dirty game. All I ever do is observe, sitting and play the back. Getting money off of the books, I got the paper back. I'm my own brand, no, I don't chase the racks. All I gotta do is be me, chillin' and state the facts. Now they sit in position, wondering how we bubbling. Money coming, no intermission, seeing we doubling. Trying to get out to Paris, Greece, Roman and doubling. Pulling up, doing them donuts all in the double M. Trying to run it up, trying to stack at least 100 M's. Shorty knowing when I touch down that I'm gon' run it in. If she ain't fucking, then I'ma touch a friend. Tell her hurry up and buy things when it come again. Got it out the mud, first we overcame the rain. All we ever wanted was the love and got the pain. Trying to get a clear view through Versace frames. We are not the same, but this shit a dirty game. Got it out the mud, first we overcame the rain. All we ever wanted was the love and got the pain. Trying to get a clear view through Versace frames. We are not the same, but this shit a dirty game. But this shit a dirty game. But this shit a dirty game.